Oh, by the way, we're live. Ah ha ha. Mm-hmm. Put the stuff in to choose. I just never put it in here because we weren't in Fantasy Grounds with these characters.
Well, you're in now, so start copying.
I'm doing it right now. I've got one. I
Oh.
need to get the other one.
What was the name of the stuff that attacked us last week besides giant spiders? What was that other thing?
Ettercaps.
Yeah, Ettercaps, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those things.
They were scary.
The things.
The scary
The
things that
things, the
attacked
things,
us.
and the things.
Well, generally, if you guys don't know
Disconnects.
what they are, I don't keep telling you.
I'm just putting it in my notes. That's all.
Yeah, humanoid spiders. That
Ew.
Elios.
Us as characters don't know what it was, but we saw what they were when we were. Yeah, our players don't know the names. They're humanoid spiders, but I mean, for ease of reference, Ettercaps.
Mm-hmm. Nope.
All right, you done blessed with your character? Hi, everyone. We're here. Yes, the counter was short because I hit
Havoc's
the
not
button
here.
late. I am here. They can see me. You keep forgetting they can see me. You guys
Okay,
can't. Hold on.
yes.
I fixed.
That's a
This-
problem
last
for
I
other
checked,
people
one of
who
the
are
rules was-
streaming.
One of the rules was when we get started, everyone's to be in Video Ninja with their cameras on before we start. Is one of the rules.
I know,
Yes.
some of us have been following the rules. Others of us, Havoc, have not.
Okay.
Oh,
Now you're double for
echo.
some reason.
I hear an
Why-
echo.
Yeah, I know. Because I'm hitting buttons and playing with stuff. Yeah.
Don't
That
do
should be
that.
gone now.
Stream is not the time to hit buttons and play with stuff, man.
Also, you know, though, I should remember that button. I should really remember that button when somebody like really powerful shows up, so it could be like an echoey voice. Hello,
There you
chat.
I
go.
won't take them. If you want me to stop listening to whatever they have to say, do it.
That's the point where
can't
Rhino
take it.
nopes out.
Yeah.
I'll stop listening. I'll try my hardest not to listen to the
Okay,
echo.
there's that one and that one.
right.
Mhm.
Anybody else need to do last minute adjustments to the character?
Not that I'm
Yeah,
aware
I gotta
of.
level up. You said so. I gotta. go
You're
do
not
that.
leveling up. I said last minute adjustment.
Oh man.
Well,
So
you
if I can
just
do it in
level-
under 60 seconds, I get it.
You just level. Stop it. You're not leveling again. I don't even think you're close to leveling.
Depends on your
I don't
definition of
know.
close.
After that battle last week, I feel like we should be. We kicked some butt.
Mm-hmm.
You did. You killed a lot of stuff. You're not leveling.
Ew, spiders. You traumatized one of your people.
I didn't traumatize anybody.
Huge spiders.
Yeah, we
Huge
don't
spiders.
talk. We don't use the trauma word here because, like, I'm accused of like singling out another player, so we just ignore that word.
Okay.
Don't single
No.
Oh
people
my
out.
goodness.
I don't. What are you doing? Okay.
I'm
Anyway,
not finding where the feet are. Where the hell are the feet on this thing?
there's a button on the right.
Well, they'd be
all the way at the
attached to your
bottom.
character's ankle.
There's where it says characters. There's actually a button that says feet.
No, I'm talking about D&D Beyond. Because I had
D&D
worked
Beyond?
everything in D&D Beyond, and we hadn't opened this up so I could do
So-
it, but I can't find the
It would-
button now.
So hold up.
It
You
would be
said
under
you picked
features
the
and
feet
traits and at the
already. How
bottom.
did you pick a feat if you don't know where they're at? You're killing me.
On D&D Beyond, it's under features and
I'm
traits, and
holding
it should be at the
I'm
bottom.
holding Elios like account right now.
I have not to my
Dab,
defense,
dab, dab, dab.
I have not helped with this character. I've helped with things that are unrelated to this game. I have not helped with Songbird. That's not on me.
Okay.
Doesn't
you
matter.
can't
He's
blame
still
him
gonna
for that
blame
one.
you.
Then I'm blaming you.
Who is you?
Songbird. She's just walking on stumps and shoes. I know, devouring, right? Okay, anyway. Hi, everyone. We're here for another wonderful episode of Tyranny of Dragons. The party is still traveling on the road, guarding the caravan. Some things have happened. They've been attacked. They've made friends. They've made enemies. All kinds of wonderful things. And we're going to let one of them recap what happened last week. Though the recap this week is going to be pretty easy. You fought stuff. So, roll some d20s. Yep.
Oh.
Nope. Roz beat you. He rolled a 1.
Oh,
So, Roz,
I was
you're
about to
doing.
say I did it last time.
No, Roz is doing it this week. He will go last. So, we will start with Vero. Introduce yourself, say who you are, let everybody know who you're playing, and then we will move on to the next person.
I'm Rhino. I'm playing Vero.
What are you?
I'm a wood elf monk, and I get my ass kicked by the DM, and I don't kill people.
You know what? That is a gross overstatement of what happens.
I don't think it is.
A little bit.
I think it's an accurate depiction of what happens.
No, I don't beat him up that much.
Uh-huh.
Why does Songbird have so many negative effects on her right now? Okay, that's fixed. All right.
Because when we ended, I was paralyzed and knocked out.
Yeah, well, you're fine now. Elios, go ahead.
You've slept. It's good.
Hello, I'm Thorn. I play Elios, who is a child, a sorcerer child, and that's about it. I'm just kind of here.
Okay. Ginia?
I am Foxy Project. I am a variety streamer here on Twitch. I am playing Jinya, a high elf cleric who has been exiled from her home and is trying to figure out what the hell is going on. That's it. That's what I got.
It's fabulous. And then Songbird.
Hi, I'm Lady Magdala, mainly known as Lady M. I'm also a variety streamer here on Twitch. I play Songbird, who finally got rid of her feather beard, only to turn around and be faced with spiders. One of her greatest fears. Nice.
The DM giveth and the DM taketh away. All right, Roz, go ahead. Remind us.
Me already? Okay, we fought stuff, and we won.
Thank you.
We soundly won. We kicked butt
Yes.
and took names.
We
Yeah.
fought giant spiders in the woods and humanoid spiders. I don't know what they're called because my character doesn't know. Speaking of characters, I play Razum Dar's Straight Arrow, grandson of the famous Lionel Straight Arrow. And I am also a newbie streamer. I stream War Thunder on Monday, Wednesday, Fridays at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. That's it.
Yay. All right. So that being said, you guys have recouped from fighting spiders. You got some rest. Late Songbird eventually will come to. A little bit groggy. The poison will finally ebb from her system, and she will be back to normal in about 12 hours. The caravan waits for no one. It basically, once everybody is healed or bandaged or even placed on top of a wagon where they can ride, they want to continue to set out because Karen believes you guys are behind pace. Oh, so I forgot what he meant by the food
Wouldn't
truck.
wouldn't she be behind pace since she's in charge of this whole shindig?
That's why she's trying to make sure the caravan gets on pace because she's
Okay.
in charge. Anyway, other than that, like next few days are pretty tense. Everyone is on edge because you're going to be passing uncomfortably close to Dragon Spear Castle. Place is known by most adventurers as having portals to the plains, not being a good place you want to be. Unfortunately, the road passes right near it because in its history, Dragonspear was once a outpost that defended the Savage Plains, and now it's just either haunted or overrun by demons or what have you. So people are so nervous that for like 2 days nobody speaks.
Vero is trying to stand up and look.
They're trying
Get
to
a
see.
ear, trying to see. I mean, I'm from a completely different part of the world, so I think my knowledge is purely based off of what people are saying. So I'm more intrigued than anything.
Elias is also intrigued because he's also not from here, so he is very confused as to why they're scared of ghost stories because he's never heard a ghost story before.
Well, they've also said demons, so it's not just ghosts, demons, portals to other planes, demons, devils, mostly demons and undead. But if you're fascinated by that, yes, the two of you can try to catch a glimpse of the castle. From a perception check.
Okay. Oh, my perception's actually not bad on this character. Okay. That's right.
Yeah, your roll was terrible though. So I got a 7 and a 12 total.
Hell yeah.
You could see the shadow in the distance. It's still tiny, which even makes you wonder more like why they're so worried about it. Because it seems like it's miles away. Roz. Again, the Roz boys. Karen has put the Roz boys on lockdown, basically telling them that they need to pay attention to their duties. We've been falling behind. Enough of this nonsense. But they're still loyal to you, so they still check in with you and stuff. And even on your 2 days of like your SOP, they are very concerned that you don't wander too far. People go missing, so they keep telling you to be careful.
He will tell them thank you and that he will
And
do
ignore
his
them.
best. Oh, he will do his best.
I know. Songbird, once you come to, Bade will be. He's not. He's kind of nicer. Like he almost feels bad for you, but he's doing his best to hide it. He's not. He's not being over like here, drink some soup or anything like that. But he's like, here, I got you food, and I'll like plop it down in front of you, like wasn't important. But after a few days of him doing that, you can see there's some genuine concern, because you almost died.
Wouldn't be the first time.
That you almost died.
Probably won't be the last either.
Yeah, but being eaten by a spider is a lot worse than just getting like hit in the head with a rock.
Fair. And actually, wasn't I knocked unconscious by the three-headed owl bear? I can't say that.
Yes, but you came to like right as soon as they healed you. This time you were unconscious for like an hour. Like you look like you were dead for an hour, and there was nothing
Oh,
anybody
so
could
it
do.
really freaked him out. Oh, bless his heart.
Yeah, did you finish leveling your character? You have all your stuff picked?
Yeah, it's just all trying to find it in freaking D&D Beyond, which it was in there. It's just not labeled under what I
Okay.
thought it was.
Is it done?
Yes, it's
Okay.
done.
That's what you took?
I don't like how you said that. You said the same thing when Norin took the actor feat.
Uh,
Mhm.
It's
It's
the
like,
same
wow,
feat.
wow. Ah,
Do you
because
feel
you're
defeated now with the way he said
because
that?
because you already had that though.
no, I didn't. Why do you think if I picked it, that would mean I didn't have it before? And considering I'm squishy, and that's how you described me the last time, I'm like, okay, maybe I need to up this a little bit.
Okay, that's fine. What did you up on as far as your stats?
On my stats, I didn't mess with those. I picked a feat.
Right. Did you
Mhm.
check to make sure it adjusted your stat?
Oh, for the dexterity?
Oh, it's dexterity or strength. So I'm guessing you're doing dexterity. It didn't give you a choice when you applied it.
It did, and I think, yeah, I chose dexterity.
Okay, so your dexterity is different than it was before because I didn't notice it.
Let's take a look at my screen.
Look at your D&D Beyond character sheet. What does it say?
Hold on, I'm trying to get there. I had to close out some things because it's, for some odd reason, my computer's tapping out. Tapping out, maxing out. I think that's the word I'm looking for, maxing out.
Dex. What's your dex?
I'm looking. Ya, espera, coño. Like
Hey,
I said,
Laura,
my
how are
computer's
you?
maxing out, so everything's running like chug. Pull up.
Doing well, just kind of hanging out.
Songbird. Okay, almost there. Dex 666. Where's my dex? Yes, same thing.
What is it?
13.
Okay.
Looks like everything's the same.
All right. Just want to make sure because some of the feats, when you apply them in Fantasy Grounds, you have to manually do changes. So when you applied the feat on your character sheet in Fantasy Grounds, it prompted you to change it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just making sure. All right. Okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Other than that, Ginia, you remember the halfling that would kind of come over and he kind of pestered Roz for a while?
Vaguely, yeah.
All right. That particular halfling has basically started to like visibly like linger around the edges of your guys' camp.
Mm-hmm.
um when like if you notice him, he kind of like he'll shyly like look away. Whenever Elios is around, he'll walk away, like he'll disappear. But when Elios is not around, he'll come by again and linger about because Elios tends to go off and do his own things too,
Mm-hmm.
like trying to look at the castle.
I feel like we're gonna have to put a leash on Elios and Vero with this whole castle thing. They're gonna wander too
Good.
close, and there's gonna have to be a rescue. So
There might be.
does he seem to be fixated on anything in particular?
Um, almost like he's trying to see, like he seems nervous. You've seen people act like this before.
Mhm.
Usually at a ball, when somebody's like coming over to ask you to dance and they're a little bit shy, he's kind of acting like that.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna do the typical Jenya thing and try to talk to him, see if he'll tell me exactly what he's hanging around for.
As soon as you approach him, he will smile
Mm-hmm.
and he'll be like, "Oh, I'm so glad I got your attention. We should can." And he like looks around a little bit, and he actually see that he's looking around, and when he sees Vero and Elios, he says, can we walk?" And he wants basically walk away from where they are.
Sure. Where lead on?
So he'll start walking. Basically, he won't leave the road. He won't go off to the sides, but he'll walk towards the back of the caravan.
Mm-hmm.
And he'll just kind of tell you. He says, "Um, your new friend. Um, I how well do you know him?
Well, I mean, I know him well enough to know that he saved my friend's life at least once.
He did.
He did.
Oh, oh, I mean, there's something odd about him.
Well, to be fair, there's something odd about everyone, but can you explain a little bit further?
I don't know. I don't. He acts like one of us. He talks like one of us. He pretends to be one of us, but he's not one of us."
Okay.
I mean, look at his feet. He's wearing shoes.
Well, everybody has their quirks.
That's not just a quirk. That's unheard of.
All right.
Shoes.
Well, maybe he was just raised differently. I mean, I have a hard time being suspicious of somebody who has basically fought beside me. And like I said, he saved my friend's life at least once that I can remember.
Well, I mean,
I'll keep
you
an eye
know,
out. I'll watch out, but also I have a hard time being suspicious of him in particular.
I mean, you should be mindful. I know, and I understand the thrill of combat makes you adventuring types, bond, but there's something off about him. I mean, he doesn't even take third breakfast.
Well,
And shoes.
I will take it under advisement that and keep an eye on him, but unless you've got something like super concrete as to why I should be suspicious of him.
He just like wide-eyed looks at you like,
Shoes.
But what if the shoe is on the other foot? Does he expect her to
You're
shoo
not
him
there.
off?
Shh. Oh, damn!
Don't
Having that-
shoosh me.
I didn't reset. Darn it. That work? Yes. Okay. And I'm gonna give you one just
I already did it.
because.
I already did.
Oh, well then.
I mean,
Okay.
technically, he did 2 of them in a row.
No, he's only
Did I?
getting one.
Okay.
I heard the shoe on the other foot.
He said,
Said,
"Shoosh."
does he expect us to shoo him
Shoosh.
off? And then I said, don't shoosh me.
Anyway, so he will look at you, like just like shocked that you're not getting it, and like show you his feet and wiggle his toes. He's like, well, you should be careful. He's something's wrong, and I'm gonna find out what it is." And he'll kind of like look at you and says, Good day. I'll kind of wander off.
Have a good day. And
Longnose is so nosy.
I
Why his
mean,
name is Long Nose.
to be fair, Jinian knows there's something up with Elios, but she doesn't know what it is. But she also, like I said, he's fought beside us and he saved Songbird's life that one time, for sure.
Well, no, that's fair. I just, to other people, they may have not noticed that he saved any lives. They may have been engaged somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
So all he knows is that this halfling wears shoes and it's driving him crazy.
That's valid.
Other than that, next few days will go uneventful. Elios,
Yes.
what are you doing? Like, what is your character's like daily routine other than bothering Vero and trying to teach him magic?
Right now, trying to look at Dragonspear Castle some more, and then also like every other day, Elias will also check the road, kind of like Roz does, but he's doing it for very different reasons.
You're yes, you're looking for something else. I remember. Okay. So one day you're out there, you're going to run into Roz.
I'll I'll give him a little wave.
Hello, little one. What brings you out here? Still looking for tracks, are you?
Yes. I have to find my brother. He needs to go home.
Yes. Is he younger than you?
Yes. Not much younger than me. Only like a day younger than me. Yeah.
Oh, so most likely you are twins then. Two of the same, but a little different, maybe?
Maybe. I don't know. I mean, we look kind of similar, but not all the way similar. So maybe.
A day apart that is unusual without being the twin, the second or the first born of two that are the same.
I mean, our sister is a day older than me, and so 2 days older than he is.
How many were born within this 3 day period?
Just the three of us.
Hmm. Okay, that is very interesting. Your sister, you do not search for her?
No, because she's not lost. She's at home.
Very good. That's a good place for young ones such as you. I could say the same for you. You should be at home taking care of mom and sister instead of looking for a brother. But this is your lot in life, perhaps. Yes.
Yes. My big mom thought that it was best for me to go find my brother instead of our parents.
Well, yes. Parents must do the parenting thing. So, have you had any lucks looking for these tracks that you look for?
I found some uh a while ago before I joined before the caravan. I saw some. They were going in this direction, I think, kind of. So I've just been following the caravan, also hoping to find more tracks.
Hopefully, this little one brother of yours did not venture near the castle that we have just passed.
I would not know, but if it's full of scary monsters and things, I would also hope not.
Yes, from everything Ross has heard, it is nothing but evil there. So yes, perhaps he was smart enough not to go by too closely. Well, if if you happen to find anything, give Raz a shout. Raz will try and help you discern the movements of this one that you are looking for.
That thank you. That would be very helpful, actually.
Yes, well, it is a hard thing for to be separated from one's family, so young as you.
I am learning that as we travel.
Well, it appears that you have kind of maybe found a partial new family in Viro there. You seem to get along quite goodly. Good, very good.
Yeah, he reminds me of my sister a lot. They're both very peaceful and relaxed all the time.
Yes, that he is. Yes. Well, Ross must continue his checks. Again, if you find anything, please let Ross know.
I will, thank you.
You're quite welcome. And please be careful.
You too.
Ross will do his best. Thank you.
Elios, you and Roz, both go about your separate business. As far as tracks around the caravan for the last few days, other than regular normal wild animals, and even those are scarce, you don't see any signs of more intelligent creatures.
In or outside of the camp.
What? Outside of the
Said-
camp, yes.
I said
Not-
in or outside of the camp.
And even then, like I said, Roz, you notice that the animal, like, there's not a dense population. You don't see any signs of like hordes of deers or herds of deer. Herds of deer.
Mhm.
Just an occasional odd creature. Very quiet.
Well, we, as far as I can see from the map, we're kind of skirting the fields of the dead, correct?
Well, you've been skirting the fields
Yeah.
of the dead since you left.
Yep.
You're actually getting past the fields of the dead. You're near Dragonspear Castle, so
Okay.
you're at
We
the
haven't gone past
northern
it yet?
end.
Wow.
You're
Okay.
just you're passing it. This is like your
Okay.
transition
Okay.
past it. So this happened in one of the days while you're passing it.
Okay.
Um,
Does Roz find it odd that since we're kind of between the moor on the right and forest on the left that there are no more animals than there are? Does it kind of trigger a little?
it's an odd sensation, but you can attribute it. You've seen phenomena like this when you're near like unsacred, when you're near like places where undead frequent or
Okay.
demons are known to be. Animals tend to be smart enough to be like, yeah, I'm getting out of here.
All
So
right.
you think you could attribute it to that.
Okay. And if there's nothing else to report, he will let. Oh yeah, what's her name?
We've been calling her
Karen?
Karen.
Karen. Yeah, couldn't get the name out. He'll just let her know that he saw nothing of any significance.
Okay.
He will let her know every morning and every evening, but it's not going to be a detailed unless she asks. But the less he has to do with her, the better.
She hasn't been coming to ask you, but one of the Roz boys has been. Like you've
Okay.
been relaying your messages through him.
Sounds good. Yep.
The next, like, again, caravan's traveling quickly and in silence. It doesn't really want to have any more delays or stops. So for the next like 6 days, nothing really happens. Enough of the creatures around this area don't want to be around this area. You don't like large fires at night. Even Bade has taken to not like basically serving half drinks and cutting it off. He has like a set of barrels that are smaller because his rule is once he taps it, it's till its end. So he has smaller kegs that he uses in this area. Mostly, you learn, is because he doesn't want a bunch of drunks in case something happens in the middle of the night. So they're not overly serving anyone. The companions have fallen out of favor amongst the entire caravan, and they're just basically now walking. They don't have enough money to even buy a ride on any of the other caravans. Nobody will offer them a ride. You've picked here and there. You've picked up travelers. You just dug one out of the ground, and he is now walking with the group. He has managed to get a ride. He's gotten a ride with Alton. Not as a bodyguard or anything, but if you've overheard some of their conversations, Alton promises him that he knows a lot of people in Waterdeep and he might be able to offer him some assistance getting settled in. Another thing you will note, and this is a big one, is that in jockeying for position, the wagons that belong to the cultists that you were following have suddenly lined up. They're closer together. And during camps, they have camped closer together. Now, if you ask Karen, it was her idea for efficiency and to get people moving, and they have the same pack animals or whatever the case may be, but you're not entirely sure that was her idea. She may have been convinced. You've seen it happen in the beginning when you guys, like, hey, can I be in this spot? And she would find a reason, and basically people can talk her into it. I think one of your wagons was moved in the beginning of this trip. So now these three are in line. And when they're setting camp, they're also setting camp together. So that is a noticeable difference of what's been going on. They are sitting in 4th, 5th, and 6th spot now.
I do have one question. Is it just that the place seems haunted and no animals, or is there something actually wrong with the land? Like, does it seem... I mean, the best way that I could put it as a player is, does it seem like the land is affected by something? I'm more thinking of, like, when there's like a dragon lair, there's something, the land changes. I'm not saying that this is the case, but is there something wrong or anything wrong with the land itself?
So I know what you're asking, but I'm trying to figure out, how does Vero come up with that? Like, how does he know?
Do you want to know why I'm asking the question? Would that
Yes.
probably help you figure out? Because I can only carry so much tea on me, so I was figuring that I could possibly... I mean, I have medicine. I'm proficient in medicine. I do have some survival, not proficient, but trying to see if there's natural things that would be considered edible that, or non-toxic, that could be used in a tea.
Okay, so you're saying that you're gonna go out and look for leaves, and that's what's gonna make you think about this? Or I'm trying to figure out what my question is. How is Vero coming up with that conclusion that something's wrong with the land?
I'm not saying that there is. I'm just, I'm more so trying to see, because I mean, I'm trying to find, I don't know, flowers or things for a tea. If there's something wrong with the land, there would be something wrong with the things that I would use in a tea.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's because you're checking the fauna or the
Yes.
flora.
I'm
Sorry,
sure.
not the fauna.
Yeah.
The flora. Okay.
If there's nothing wrong with it, then yeah, I wouldn't catch on to anything.
So it wouldn't be medicine. Roll me. It wouldn't be survival either. There's no T roll. So let's say wisdom.
No.
Roll me a wisdom
okay.
check.
I feel like there needs to be a T roll.
Right? For him.
Uh-huh.
Right?
Let's see. Wisdom. Check.
Okay.
This tea does leave impressions.
Right? It does leave impressions. So
Leaf.
there's nothing like um physically wrong with the area. Everything looks
Okay.
like it should. Trees growing like they should. There's animals. It's just everything is sparse. So like one particular tea tree that you find, it should be fuller. It should have more leaves. It looks kind of scrawny.
Okay.
That's about the one thing you'll notice.
There's still stuff, but malnourished.
Yeah,
In a way.
or
Yeah.
or
Okay.
just not blooming as much as they should. So
Okay.
there's like a dark looming cloud over the area, but that's metaphorically because there's no real clouds you can see.
Yeah. I get what you mean. Okay.
Okay.
Just it's enough where I'd be like, oh, things. I would just note that things aren't really blossoming, but outside of that, yeah, gotcha. Cool.
Anybody else want to try to do anything over the next few days?
Can I zap
Well.
Hero some more?
I'm sorry, what?
I want to know if I can zap Vero some more while teaching him.
Can you zap him some more?
Shocking.
Yeah, I honestly, I kind of felt that was something you guys did all the time.
Perfect.
Probably.
Like that was like an everyday thing because he's really trying to learn it. Do you want to see how well you're teaching him?
Sure.
Go ahead, roll.
What do I roll?
So you're teaching him. So I would say intelligence check, and Vero's trying to learn, so that's also intelligence check. Go ahead. Unless you can make a case for a different role. I'm going with those two.
Could I roll Arcana because I'm doing magic to teach? I'm trying to teach him magic
Okay.
by casting magic.
Yeah, I said okay.
Okay, great.
Why was that a disadvantage?
Was it?
Oh no,
I rolled one.
Vera rolled his dice at exactly the same time. It looked like it was just one roll. Okay. Vero is definitely making sparks.
And it's not just our chemistry, you know what I'm saying?
It might have something to do with your chemistry. But yeah, Vero's definitely making sparks. It is definitely working. Why does it keep doing it? Rhino, it did it again. Your link
With what?
has once again added like the whole thing. I don't know why it keeps doing that to you. I don't know.
It's a link so nice it lists it twice.
I'm gonna send you a new one and fix it because that's weird. Anyway, but yes, you managed to like he is making sparks, but you're working on channeling that energy.
But that's progress.
It's definitely more progress. Like it is, before you may have thought it was just static. No, it's definitely he is channeling energy and forcing the energy out of him. He's just having a problem directing it and focusing it.
Very
Oh my gosh.
Chocolate fingers.
Elio. Elio.
No.
Songbird's still going to attempt to speak to Roz.
You have 7 days of trying to talk to Roz. Go ahead. Is Roz going to avoid you for 7 days? How are you going to go about doing that? You two tell me how that story is going to go.
Died.
So you're going to use crying.
No, I'm not going to use crying. He's not that sympathetic. But I would dig at him a little bit.
Well, talk to each other. I have no control over the two of you.
Every day, Roz sits for a few hours and makes a new arrow. Well, he tries to make 2 a day to make up for the ones he shot and lost.
Okay.
Or has regathered. But anyway, You'll find him on top of one of the
One of the
wagons. Yeah.
wagons. Wow. Okay. Well, on whichever day that she's able to approach him, she may be stubborn and try to do it every single day, depending on when he decides to actually talk to her. But Songbird will approach and say hello and judge behaviors or mannerisms.
Yes. Are you feeling much better today?
I am a little bit. There is something I wanted to talk to you about.
Very well.
Can I connect?
Yes, he'll hold his hand out and help her up.
Okay, she'll grab a hold of it and swing on up.
Okay.
What is on your mind?
Honestly,
Yes,
well, first
please.
of all, images of spiders are still playing dancing in my head. But besides that, you actually. I
Go
notice,
on. Yes.
things have calmed down and everything like that, and that's why I feel like you could actually tell me a little bit what was going on. I mean, there was a point that you kind of had a couple of us worried,
Yes. Well,
and you're kind of
Ross is
family
sorry for
now,
that.
so
Ross is sorry for that, but Ross
Hold
does
on a
not
second. Somebody's knocking at my door. I mean, you guys can keep going. I'll be right back.
trick or treat.
Right?
Ross
be afraid. Be very afraid.
does not feel that. Well, maybe it is Ross feels that he is in charge of this caravan when it is someone else's responsibility.
That's
We
fair.
have a very important job to do.
Mhm.
Not sure if you have noticed, but Ross has noticed the wagons of uh, the and he'll the ones we are following.
Mhm.
They have now all lined up together. They are much closer than they have ever been this whole trip. As a matter of fact, in the evenings, they even camp within sight of each other.
Yeah, that I have kind of noticed that, and that's another thing I would like to talk actually
Thank you. Have a good night.
to everyone about, because that kind of given us a signal like something may be coming up soon, and we're gonna have to figure out how we're gonna go about departing, or even if we're departing, what we're gonna be doing. But
Yes.
it it does seem, yes, it did seem like she was kind of counting on you a lot and everything, so I can understand that part. But you sure there wasn't anything deeper?
The deepness goes all the way to the soul. And that is for us. The things that do not need to be shared. But Ross, thanks you for your concern. Um, to be perfectly honest with you, Ross would like to follow these ones on his own, but I know that he's not going to be allowed by the rest of the party.
Yeah, no. Mm-mm.
But
You are correct.
it would be much easier for Ross to slip away on one of his rounds, whether it be in the evening or in the mornings. And
Roz, you
yes,
do
yes, I
remember.
know Ross knows what you're going to say. Blah blah blah. Yes, yes, yes.
Oh, ooh,
Don't change Ross's mood. He is talking. The thing is,
fair.
for five to follow is much easily spotted than one to follow. Five to leave caravan is much more noticeable than one to leave the caravan.
That's
I'm
fair
not
and
saying
understandable.
Ross is not saying he will do that, but it
Mm-mm.
makes perfect sense. The the odds are with the one as opposed to five in keeping up and not being noticed as the following takes place. But
Logically, yes.
if it is that much of a burden for everyone to allow Ross to go do his job, so to speak, then Ross will he will do what the party says.
It's kind of a balance for us and everything, trying to find that balance of okay, it's safe, okay, we can do this. Okay, how do we know that you're okay? Because then if we don't know where you went, we don't know where it happened, we don't know what's going on, and it could actually, in our mission, cause a problem within the mission.
Well,
So it's something to think about, to talk about. I understand what you mean because logically, yes, if one goes out, that's understandable. I've been thinking about something, and after what's happened recently and all the stuff I've been going on and being knocked out, gave me a lot of time to focus on myself, so to say. And I might have some idea to run by you if this is something, and I would suggest that we talk about it with everyone because you know exactly what's going to happen when Ginia hears what you just said. I'm not telling her, but I'm going to suggest we get together so you can tell her because I'm not doing that.
Ross does not know if Ginia has ever given birth to children, but she is definitely the mother spirit, if
I
you
agree.
understand Ross's meaning.
Oh, I do
And
agree.
mothers do not always think with the head; they think with the heart. And she is because of that, she is very precious to me, to Ross. But
Hmm.
at the same time, the mission that we have been sent forth to do is paramount. That is what we are here doing on these caravans. Um,
Well, that's why I want to suggest something, but like I said, I kind of want to discuss it together, and it's an option that may possibly allow you to go do what you want to do and give us a little bit more of a peace of mind.
well, possibly this evening after or before Ross does his perimeter checks in the night, I stop by your business place of business.
Hmm.
Ross does not drink the alcohols, but that would be how do you say the rose the what is the word the uh, the act of us getting to see each other for the first time instead of just all coming together is we're still not supposed to know each other. Is this correct?
True, but considering how many times we've been fighting with each other, I think they're starting to get that, we're
Well,
a
yes,
good
this is
defending
true.
group.
We will meet at your place of business. Um, you the rest of you can share the drink, and maybe we can talk there, and it will not be as suspicious. Yes,
Well, that's a possibility. Yes, I think so.
I will
And
hear what
as,
everyone has to say.
okay. And as to, no, that wasn't you this time. That was my halfling trying to get my attention.
Oh, okay.
But, crap, where was I? Oh, yes. And as for the other part where, our souls are precious to us, and I understand. And if you ever, not so much bare your soul, but feel comfortable in expressing, if it's something that continuously bothers you, feel free and everything.
Roz,
But
appreciate
again,
your
I know,
concern.
yeah, I know it's deep down, and I completely understand those things. I mean, we each have our own that we fight with and deal with. So, but if it ever, let's say if it ever gets to the point where there's a question that you just can't answer through it and it's just too much, I can try to help.
Ah, another one who has the mother instinct. Yeah, well, very well.
Well, I'm just happy to have you not twitching your tail at me. And she'll reach up and scratch right here on it, right behind the ears.
Yeah, it's okay. This is enough. Thank you very much.
All right.
You go now
Well-
for a do
Push you
something.
off.
Yes.
Mm.
Before Roz does something he will regret. Now go.
Okay. Thank you. And Songbird will hop off and what type of day time of day were you saying that you usually sit on the wagons?
Oh, it's I don't know, say between 9 and 3 is when he does.
Between 9 and 3 of
Yeah,
the day?
he'll walk the couple 3 hours before 9 and the 3 after, and that's when he kind of goes out and does his checks and stuff.
Okay, so it'll be about, I guess, around that time. So, and Bade does the tavern a little bit early in this area.
He's like I said, it's more like here, have a drink for the long hard day, but get back to work. Like he does not want to dilly dally here either.
Okay, then I'll be heading back to Checkwagon or the traveling tavern to help him get prepared since it's getting later in the day. Ooh, hiccups.
All right. Quick question, Roz. What skill are you using to make arrows? Like, do you have fletching, woodworking, or anything like that?
It never offers it to you. I mean, it'd be silly for him not to have it, but I can't find it where you could add that.
Roll me a wisdom check. They do have it. So certain things offer it to you, like artisan tools or something like that. You can actually take woodworking or fletching.
Okay.
So I don't see anything that you had that would offer it. So you're
Yeah,
basically
exactly.
just teaching yourself how to make arrows. You're not too bad at it. Your grandfather gave you some skills, but you are on the road.
Yeah.
So you're pretty sure that these arrows, when you use them, they're not going to withstand. Like as soon as you fire them, they're done.
Yeah, the one and dones. Yeah.
Yeah. So keep note of those. So these ones, when you fire these, they're not ones you can get back.
Okay.
But you can make like a good 14, 15 of them in a couple a day. You got to probably make more than that. The hardest part is having arrowheads, but I thought you bought a bunch of those.
I did.
Right. So whatever you have of those, you'll eventually use up.
Okay. I say a bunch. I think it was 20. So.
Yeah. So you probably used almost all of them so far.
Okay.
All right. Elios.
Yes.
In one of your trips out into the wilds looking for tracks, you were confronted by several diminutive figures.
Uh-huh.
A couple of halflings, a gnome, and one dwarf.
Oh boy, what's going on?
Oh, so that isn't me? He's turning into a robot for a
He
few
is
minutes?
turning
Thank
into a
God, I
robot.
thought it was me.
Everyone's
I thought it was me too.
the
I'm like,
cons-
God damn it! What am I
the
considered you
cons-
I know,
now?
I'm like, I
concern
have no
over everyone's
idea
face
what's
was
going
like-
on.
He was locked up. Too.
I just saw the cameras as people's concern was like, is that me? Like started looking and then
Oh my
Wait.
God.
So
All of us
all right.
panicked.
So did stream come back? Because it said it disconnected.
I'll check.
I have no idea.
Said OBS went. You guys can all hear me, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yeah. The computer just capped out and then said OBS. Okay, OBS is reconnected. So hopefully we don't have to restart stream.
It's
That looks like
saying
it's good.
no, I'm showing you as offline.
Yep, I'm showing you as offline.
So what do I have to do? Stop and restart or refresh? Nothing.
Let us refresh and see if that fixes it.
I'll
Yeah.
double check.
Reconnect
Oh, there you
to-
go. Yep, it's up.
Yep, you're back up.
Okay. Okay.
It just, I think, took a little bit longer for once OBS reconnected for it to actually go through.
Uh, sorry about that. I don't know why my computer just suddenly said no. Okay, cool. We're back.
I think my computer and your computer are just sharing a brain because mine keeps capping out, and now it stopped capping out. What the? Oh, probably because I turned all the cameras off.
That'll do it. But,
Yeah.
all right. So yeah, I have to minimize mine. I have to keep my cameras minimized. So like I could see all of you on the stream and they're live. So
Mhm.
I could see all of you in OBS, but I can't keep Video Ninja up and any web pages. So I have to minimize the browsers or my computer's doing the same thing. And I think it's just some settings I need to fix. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. I think we're back. If we're not, refresh. Okay. Oh yes, Elios. So
I've been
this group,
approached by just small people.
yes, there's a group of small individuals. Now, several of them are halflings. One of them is a gnome. One of them is a dwarf, and they are being led by one of the halflings you have seen lingering around the camp. You have, I wouldn't say met these people, but you've been around the caravan for over a month too, so you recognize most of them. The one leading them is Longnose.
Okay.
So he basically like storms right up to you.
Hello.
Don't give me that. Where are you from? Who's your family? We've been watching you.
I'm from a long way away. I'm not from this area.
What area?
I'm from a different coast, not this one. Way uh way over that way. And he'll point hold on, let me do a compass real quick. He'll point east.
You're gonna point to the east.
Yeah, the opposite direction of the ocean.
So you literally just pointed towards Dragon Spear Castle. Great.
I'm from way far that way.
So they kind of like follow your finger and look, and then like look back at you. They look at each other for a minute and say, "Where? It has a name."
I never learned the name of the area. It was not told to me.
You don't know where you. Well, you
I
do
mean, I
you
know
know
where
your
it
family?
is.
Do you know
Yes.
your family name? So what's your family name?
Oh, my name is Elios.
What's the rest of it?
What do you mean the rest of it?
Like, well, your family shares it. Who are you? I told you he's not one of us. One of the gnomes like, speak for yourself. I'm just here to find. I'm just curious.
When you just have to know what's going on.
Give me a second.
Uh, I don't know what it is that you're asking me for.
I do. Okay, so this is Nyrite, and he like points to one. He actually points over to somebody. He says, "He has a family name. His family, all his brothers, sisters, dads, they go by a shared name, and that's Vertha. So, what do your
Uh-huh.
brothers and sisters go by? What's your clan name, your family name?"
Well, my brother goes by Talon and my sister goes by Claudia.
That's there's something wrong with you. He kind of like puts his belly towards you and like pokes you in the chest a little bit while he's talking.
As soon as he comes closer to me, I'm going to spend sorcery points to activate subtle spell, which makes it so I can cast alter self without verbal or material component or somatic components. I don't have to do anything. The spell just kind of happens.
Okay. So as soon as he gets closer to you and like goes to poke you in the chest, you cast Alter Self, right?
Yes, but he
Okay.
doesn't hear it, and I don't have to do any movement.
Right, but you still change.
Yes, I change underneath all the layers of clothes I'm wearing now.
Right. But like I'm guessing like this is all visible, right? Like here up. Like your eyes.
Yes, just my eyes would be visible.
Okay. So they even under your layers of clothing, there will be some changes that he might notice. Lucky for you, he doesn't. So he will poke at your chest and be like, "You're not one of us. Like, look at your feet. Why do you hide your feet? What's wrong with your feet? Take off your boots."
My mom said that I have to keep my shoes on because people wear shoes.
Were you raised by savages?
No,
The dwarf
do not
kind of like
badmouth
look.
my mom. I will. She's a nice lady, and I will slap you. Don't badmouth my mom.
Well, I'm gonna say your mom didn't raise you right. Look, you wearing shoes.
I'm gonna reach out and
What?
very lightly slap him on the arm.
Like you just like that's it.
Stop it.
You
Aw.
stop.
That's
He's
a
like,
warning shot, buddy.
Don't talk
So
about
y-
my mom.
so
That's
like you
very
know,
mild, considering the fact that he slapped the living F out of a dude twice with
I
shotgun
know.
grasp.
So you like slap him on the arm. And he like when you first raise your hand, he'll like jump a little bit, and you're just like, eh. He's like, what? No. All right. I tried to be nice. I need to see your feet. There's something wrong with you, and I want to know what it is. Grab him, boys.
I immediately raise my hands and start like I guess channeling shocking grasp, so my hands are now zappy.
This guy's a pervert. Sorry. It got held by the bot too. All right, so you raise your hands and start channeling shock and grasp, right? Is that what that's what you're going to do?
Yeah.
Is that visible?
Yeah, that's visible.
Okay, so
Don't touch me.
You start sparking, and they're going like they like reach to grab you, and you start sparking. Roz and Vero, you two have like the highest perception. So you two may notice like some sparks of light coming out from in the off to the road, like the woods and by the side of the road. Okay. So roll me perception checks. Let's see if you actually notice something going on. Elios, roll me an intimidation check. Roz and Vero, nothing. Yeah, like so you're so intent in what you're doing that you don't even see the little sparks of light. It's daytime, so it's not really bright. Elios, you start like sparking off electricity and like you don't touch me. And the two guys that are getting ready to grab you will pause and look back at Long Nose. Long Nose like he's some kind of I'm telling you, he's not right. He's not right. And they start backing away from you. I'll see those feet. What do you want to
Something's
do?
afoot here.
I'm gonna very slowly and cautiously, while keeping my hands up and still sparky, I'm gonna walk backwards into like closer to the wagons and then run to Vero as fast as I can.
Okay. So you head over to Vero, who is probably meditating, exercising, or drinking tea.
I'm just
Why
gonna
not
quietly
all
sit
three?
down.
Right? He's doing all three. He's like,
I'm meditating while waiting for my tea, and I'm balancing on something.
okay.
That
So,
sounds about right.
so you run over to him and you see him. He's doing his meditation things, balancing while the tea is cooking. You come running over. Are you still sparking? Are you screaming or saying anything?
No, once I'm within, once I can see Vero, I put my hands out and I'm just sprinting to him. And then once I get there, I like skid to a stop and I'll just sit quietly because I know I've learned from being around Vero that you just kind of he sits quietly, so I've learned to sit quietly.
Okay. So you come skid into a stop and sit down right in the middle of everything. Ginny, you would notice this happen. Like you would notice him come running in, skidding to a stop, and then just sitting down quietly.
I'm gonna look at him and raise an eyebrow. Be like, is there something we should know?
It can wait.
Can it though? Should it?
Warning, you're in danger.
You're in danger.
I'm trying to think if Elios knows the word accosted. I don't think he does.
They were chasing me.
They wanted to see my feet.
I was almost grabbed by halflings. I'll like look around to see if I can see any of them.
You look around, you see a couple of them. They're still like in a little group, and they're just like talking to others and pointing back in your direction.
Oh yeah, I'll just point at them. Be like, those guys, they tried to grab me.
Did they say why?
Something about me not being right.
Oh, for heaven's sake. And I'm gonna grab my my quarterstaff and march over there.
Where was your quarterstaff before you went to grab for it?
Probably by the door of the tent where we were sleeping
All right.
on the
So
inside.
you go to find like grab for your staff, and it's not there.
Oh no.
Do you want to borrow my staff?
Nope, I'm just gonna grab my warhammer because that'll be scarier.
Oh, that escalated quickly.
Well, I mean, they're about to
This
F
is
around
your
and find
fault.
out.
I mean, it's still bludgeoning
Someone took her
damage,
staff.
so
Okay.
I will deal with the quarterstaff issue after I've dealt with the halfling issue.
All right.
You
So you,
accelerated it by taking the quarter
so
staff.
you look
He's like,
around for a
"Mm."
second, and you're like, "Fine," and you pick up your hammer and march out of the tent.
Mm-hmm.
Elios is trying to give you his staff, and Vero, you hear all this going on. Like you're in your meditation, but you can still hear what's going on because they're like right in front of you.
I will stop meditating and I will be like, all right, let's go see what they want. Especially if I realize that if Ginny is walking over there.
Oh, Jenny looks like she's heading right towards them. I think, right? Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
My
Ginny's-
pace would be a little bit more nonchalant than hers, I'm assuming, but
Just in general, probably, yeah.
yeah, but I'll just be like, come on, Elias, let's go see what it is that they're actually wanted.
All
I'm
right.
gonna follow. I'm gonna hide behind Vero's leg the whole time.
Okay. So you two are following. Well, you two are following. Elios is hiding behind your leg. Roz, you're sitting up there making arrows, and you kind of notice this little
Yeah,
march
he'll just-
going down.
He'll just look and he's not going to get involved.
Okay. All right. So Jenny, you head over to the group, and as you approach, they kind of look at you, but they're looking past you to Elios.
Mhm.
A couple of them you could see get defensive. Like they back up a little bit. There are some guards there with them, and the guards are like looking up at you, shaking their heads. Like, I don't understand. Something about feet.
Well, I need to have a conversation with that fella right there and all y'all who seem to have a problem with my friend Elios. If you have a problem with him, you have a problem with me.
No, we have a problem. No, we don't have a problem with you. Him. He's wearing boots.
I'm
Like,
wearing boots. What is your point?
You are not a halfling.
You are correct.
He is a halfling.
Uh-huh.
Isn't he?
Yes. If you have a problem with him, just leave him alone. He wasn't raised the way you guys were raised. And if you guys want to start something with him, he's under my protection. So do you want to pick a fight with me? You
So
want to
the
take off
guards-
my boots?
So the guards are so the guards are just there as like off, like, you know, if you call the cops. So the guards are just kind of like impartial. They're just looking at this whole thing go on, just making sure it doesn't get like violent. The dwarf will actually say, "Well, I guess that's that." He says, and he'll head back towards his thing. The gnome will go, "So are we taking her boots off?" And the other half was like, "Mm-mm." So they're kind of defeated. But Longnose is like, "I'm telling you, there's something wrong with him. Look at him. My whole life, I've never seen a halfling wear shoes." Ginny is proficient in mom. She has advantage.
I'm just going to look at him and be like, look, I understand that it really bothers you that he's wearing shoes, but open your mind a bit and realize it's a big, wide world, and not everyone does the things that you do.
But that's why halflings are like, that's why we are what we are, because
you don't wear shoes?
We're consistent.
Halflings are way more than just beings who don't wear shoes.
No, we have good feet.
That's fantastic.
Maybe
Does
he's
every
protecting his
single
good
halfling,
feet?
everyone, everywhere have good feet? Is it possible that a halfling somewhere does not have good feet?
No, that's impossible. But and while he's talking to you, you could see that he's intimidated and backing down from you, but he's still trying to weakly make his case of why he wants to see Elio's feet.
I'm gonna kind of like slouch down and get like eye to eye with him and be like, I understand that you have a problem with him wearing shoes, but not everyone is the same. People have differences, so please let it go.
So while you're talking to him and he's struggling with his answer, a hand like reaches on his shoulder and like tugs him. And it's the other halfling. It's like, it's not working long nose. Like, let it go. There's something wrong with him. This episode, let me see your feet.
Let's see what's afoot in this episode.
Yes.
Hey, there we go.
Now, I do have a question, and while I'm thinking about it, I'm gonna ask it. All of you took means to like kind of, well, not all of you. Some of you took means in disguising yourselves.
Mhm.
So Songbird wore a beard, Jania cut her hair, Roz dyed his fur. Vero, you didn't do any of that.
I think I wore more common-looking clothes than what my normal monk stuff is, but
you
still
just-
loose-fitting common clothing.
Okay.
You look
Now-
less monkish.
Right. And Songbird, you had a beard for a while, but you didn't really change much.
She dyed her hair, I
Um,
thought.
Did she dye her hair?
Thought she did.
I thought you dyed your hair.
I dyed and cut my hair, but I'm pretty sure Songbird dyed her hair too.
Did you dye your
You
hair
don't
too?
remember?
I don't know. I don't. That's why I'm asking. I know
No,
you
yours
all.
was-
Like I said, I know some of you took means. I just don't remember what they all were.
Mine was very minimal.
Yours was
I
almost
went blonde.
non-existent. You
I
went
went blonde.
blonde? Oh,
I
yeah, no.
sent you. Hold on one second.
No, it's fine. It's fine. I believe you. I just was asking because I couldn't
I
remember.
remember
Okay.
that. Yeah.
So, and then Elias, you don't have to because you weren't there for the whole thing. While this whole thing is going on, though, Jania, they start to walk away and everything. Now, because of the position, you have walked over pretty much in line where the cultist wagons are.
Mhm.
And while you're standing there, having this conversation, you kind of stand back up and watch as they walk away. And you notice one of the cultists is looking past you and like drops a basket that they were carrying. Just like it hits the ground and everything kind of falls out. And they're wide-eyed looking past you towards Vero.
Oh, goody. I'm going to nonchalantly, like, pretend like I didn't see that, so I don't draw attention to myself in regards to this cultist. And as I'm walking past Vero, I'm going to say, don't make a scene, turn around, and come with me.
If you want to live.
Come with me if you want to
Okay.
live.
I'll just look down at Elios and be like, I guess it's time for some tea.
I do like tea.
So she is a copper-haired, like little crop top cut. She is wearing like a cloak and everything, and she was carrying a basket of like food, and she is just staring past, like just watching. And as you walk away and turn, you kind of like take one glance back again, and she's just like looking around, like not sure what to do.
Okay. Would we pass the cart that Roz is on our way back to
Yes.
the tent?
Yes, because you passed it on the way up.
Okay. Oh, that's right. So I'm gonna get Roz's attention.
Heroes going in time now. That's all I could think of. Sorry, go ahead.
I'm gonna tell Elios and Vero to go back to the tent and don't leave, because I think he's been recognized. And then I'm gonna basically hop up on top of the cart that Roz is on. Roz, I think our cover's been blown. At least I think Vero's cover's been blown.
Well, we must discuss this later. Ross has a feeling the cultists are going to be departing very shortly. And how are we going to handle it?
That's an excellent question. Do you have any ideas? I'm sure you do. Do you have any ideas?
You're going to get the big toothy grin from Roz.
Mm-hmm. Why do I get the
Do
feeling
not
you're going to
underestimate
tell
Roz.
me that you want to go off by yourself?
We will discuss this tonight at the, what is it called? The alcohol place.
Oh, the tavern?
Yes, the traveling tavern, yes.
Okay.
In the meanwhile, Roz will keep eye on the cultist and see what transpires between this interaction that just took place.
Okay. And I'm going to describe the lady that...
You could see her from where you're at.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to very discreetly kind of point her out so that I, once again, don't want to draw attention. Don't look. But she's right over there.
One.
That one.
Which one?
Don't look. That one. I told you not to
Okay.
look. Okay.
So, while you kind of like direct him over there, you notice that she is younger than most of the cultist wagoneers that you've seen.
Mm-hmm.
She's maybe in her teens. She doesn't like immediate. She doesn't look sinister. She actually has a very innocent face. Like if you wouldn't pick her out to be like, oh, that's a cultist. You know, she doesn't have that look, which is probably more concerning. But she her interactions with them seems like she's kind of separated and standoffish from them. She's not like she didn't just run up to one and be like, she's just kind of lingering around them as she like picks up her stuff and then heads back into the wagon, places it down, kind of wanders over to take care of the horses, all the time looking back in the direction Vera went.
Okay. As I'm watching her, I'm gonna notice that she's kind of looking a little, looking around and watching where Vera went. So I'm gonna nonchalantly, again, just sort of stroll in that direction and accidentally bump into her and say, "You look concerned. Is something bothering you?"
As soon as you ask that, she will frown at you. She's like, I don't. If it did, I wouldn't talk to you.
All right, you just seem distracted. I was just curious.
You should take your curiosity elsewhere.
Have a good day. I'm gonna walk away because, yeah, she's not talking to me.
So yeah, and after that interaction, she kind of goes back to like normal, just going about her thing. But every now and then, Roz, you will notice she'll look back towards where Vera went. She didn't really pay you any mind, Jania.
Excellent.
Like the way they acted with everybody, she acted the way all of the cultists have been acting with everybody in the caravan. Yes, you're traveling together, but leave us alone. That kind of,
Mm-hmm.
So she immediately went to that when you tried to talk to her.
All right. All right, so I'm going to go to the tent and just kind of go into deeper detail about how Vero may have been uncovered, since, he didn't go to a great length to change his appearance at all. I
Okay.
cut my hair, man.
Why
I'm a
are you
monk, not a
hiding?
spy.
Gonna shake my
something
head
we do have in common.
and then try to figure out exactly what the hell happened to my quarterstaff.
Okay. So how are you gonna go about that? The three of you are in your tent together. Vero is kind of like, eh.
It's
So
amazingly not my problem.
right, he's like,
I changed my clothes.
He is completely unbothered.
He doesn't seem to be. I know. Okay. So
If he
while
was
that's
bothered,
going
I would
on-
be bothered.
Still
Yeah.
more curious on how they recognized me. I mean, I was a prisoner. I wasn't anything else, though.
As a
I don't think I was
prisoner,
ever I don't think I was ever I don't think I was ever visibly combatant in that camp. Like, I never fought anyone in the camp.
Yeah, they ran.
So, I mean, I would have been an escaped prisoner at best.
Okay.
So I don't know how the person recognized me. I don't know. Because did I see and recognize them? I doubt it.
I don't think you even noticed them.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
Yeah, you busy watching Ginia and making sure nobody like approached or touched her. So this person was in the background. So I
yeah,
don't think you even saw them.
I'm used to being going unnoticed, so it's confusing to me that people would be.
I know.
People don't notice me, so I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. But what do you mean your staff's gone?
It was right here by the door of the tent, and it's gone now.
How are you supposed to train without a staff?
That's an excellent question. The bigger question is, who took it?
Well, who would take your? Why would someone want to take your staff? See, this is why we don't. Why did you need a fancy staff?
Oh,
I'm more
you're
concerned
in
as to why they
danger.
would want my staff. Like, yeah, it was a beautiful staff. However, there are artisans all over the countryside that could make something very similar. So why would they steal my particular staff? Not even the
Oh, it
point. I
seems
need to
odd
find
that.
out who, because I would like to have it back.
I mean, luckily we're in a caravan, so there's not a lot of people. That kind of narrows down the people.
Indeed, it does. But you don't need to be drawing attention to yourself by going out and helping me find it. So you and Elios need to stay here and drink your tea.
Would you like to borrow my staff until you find yours? I don't use it that much.
No, I appreciate it, but I would really like to have my staff since I've trained with it and I'm comfortable with the length and the weight of it.
Isn't your staff only like 4 feet tall, dude?
I don't know.
It's not a full size staff. It's your size. Okay.
I think he would still offer it.
I think he would still offer
Yeah,
it.
he would.
He absolutely
I think
would
he
still
would.
offer it.
Which, like, my staff would probably be a little bit longer than her staff if it would be like to size. Mine would be slightly longer than hers.
Yeah. So
But
Alright.
okay, yeah, we can. I have no issue having tea. Do you have an issue having tea, Elios?
No, I've come to quite like tea.
Right. Well, good luck finding your staff. Let us know if you need help.
And
Thank
if you
you.
find it, but it's damaged, I can fix it.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
okay, so you're gonna head out going to look for stuff. Roz, you're sitting on top of the wagon, still paying attention to stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm
without
guessing
without being too
Right.
blatant about it. His ears are doing most of the picking up of things. Yeah.
Okay. So they're far enough away that you can't really hear their conversations over the hustle and bustle of the caravan. But she's going about her business, and eventually she will, caravan will move. She'll mount up, but whenever the caravan stops, she will glance continually back towards the back, and there's suspicion in her look. After a few days of this nonsense going on, she will you will catch her dropping back in the procession, trying to get a look at Vero while he's walking around with his caravan. Okay, but before that happens, Ginia is going to search for her staff. So Ginia, where are you headed?
Forgotten the guy's name that offered to buy it from me.
I forgot his name too.
Douche canoe.
And his name was not Douche Canoe.
Dillweed.
Christ. It wasn't Dillweed either. Jesus.
It is now.
Are we sure? And by the way, take a look real quick.
I saw it. I looked up.
This would be Songbird.
Okay.
Okay.
Now that I know that you're blonde this whole time, I feel like what's his face has probably been making blonde jokes about you the whole time. Whenever you do something that he doesn't,
I feel like you would.
and you only did this to yourself.
Mm.
Growl.
I don't remember what we named him. I know he made the offer, but I don't remember what we named him.
Dillweed.
Okay. No.
It wasn't Dastardly. It was the other one, right?
No, it wasn't that. Was it
No,
him?
no, because I wouldn't have even talked to Dastardly.
Yeah, no, Dastardly he's a jerk. But he didn't offer to buy it. It was somebody else. Well, all right, we'll call him Dill for now. because I can't remember his name. I'm gonna have to go back and watch the video. All right, so you're going to him.
Well, it's because he had a deal for you, and well,
So bad, so bad.
So on par. I would expect no less.
This is true. All right, so you go to see him.
I'm going to kind of go spy and see if I can see my staff among his things, or see if he's got it.
All right. First, I need you to probably roll a stealth check.
roll for don't be suspicious.
Don't be suspicious.
Don't. Now
What?
that roll. Oh, armor penalty. Yes. Okay. So
Oh yeah.
you kind of blending in with the caravan. You know, everybody's sitting still. So you kind of like walk over and are taking a look. How close are you going to try to get? He doesn't have it in his hand, and he is actually he's talking to somebody, and he appears like he's in a very good mood.
Yes.
Yeah, right. I'm not gonna get super close because I don't want to draw attention to myself, because I kind of want to, like, not like get into his tent or his cart or whatever, but kind of see if I can catch a glimpse of it.
So he has a setup much like yours. He has a small little like a 2-person tent, but higher.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so like you can walk into it, but you have to crouch down.
Mhm.
He has a tent kind of like that, and he has it. It is also pitched, and you know he has he didn't have a covered wagon, but he had like there was a storage space to his wagon. It was like a hard top wagon, but it
Mhm.
wasn't like one that you can walk into. Like you have to open it up and pull stuff out of it.
Okay.
So, but he does have a tent over there, and he is outside talking to you think it's his driver, and they're
Okay.
just having a lovely little conversation. The driver's like nodding and shaking his head, and at one point he laughs and he hands him like a couple small little pouch.
Okay. I'm gonna go kind of lean up against his wagon and, sort of stand there nonchalantly waiting for him to notice that I'm standing there.
So at that point you'll see that he will look up at you, and the driver will also look over in your direction, smile, give him a little bow, and turn and walk away. He was like, "Ah, you're here. Come to revisit my offer?"
Funny, you should say something.
Oh,
Yeah, my quarterstaff seems to have come up missing.
heavens no. I mean, that's a shame. I was willing to pay the top coin for it.
Looks like you gave your driver something.
Oh, well, he's been doing such an excellent job. I felt like he deserved a little bonus.
Oh, really? So he gets a bonus the exact same day that my quarterstaff goes missing. That's fascinating.
A coincidence, I do admit.
There is no such thing as a coincidence.
What? Okay. I'm not sure.
And I'm just
What
gonna
you
kind of
mean?
be fiddling with the handle of my warhammer, slightly menacingly.
He seems oblivious to that.
Is he related to
Hey.
Vero?
Maybe. Listen, you Vera wannabe, give me my staff. So he kind of goes about his business, and he like walks around you into like more towards his camp, and he places himself between you and his tent. He says, well, I mean, if you no longer have the object of my desire, I see no reason for us to continue talking.
So you wouldn't mind if I took a look in your tent?
I
Since you
most
don't have
cer-
it. I mean,
most
because if you have
certainly would.
nothing to hide, then you would have no reason to not let me at least take a look around. I could go have a
Well,
conversation with Karen.
well, fine. Go get Karen then.
I feel like you should go get Karen because the minute I leave, if my staff is in your tent, you're going to put it somewhere else.
Again, these accusations are preposterous. Preposterous, I tell you.
Are they, though?
Yes.
I feel like they're not. I don't trust you.
Well,
Why don't you have
that's-
your driver go get Karen? Since he does
That's
such a phenomenal job.
That is a wonderful idea. Lay, go get the dwarf, please. And he late kind of looks and goes, okay, and like heads off in that direction. I'm insulted.
If I'm wrong, I'll apologize later.
Okay. So a little while, you'll wait there, standing, looking at each other, and he's kind of fidgeting, and you notice he's sweating just a little bit. He says, really, you should seek this elsewhere. Perhaps if you find it, I mean, I can compensate you for your troubles. Eventually, you'll hear a familiar voice going, what's the meaning of this now? Like, it's getting late. Like, what do you want?
Karen, I am so sorry to bother you. My quarterstaff has come up missing, and this gentleman had offered to buy it from me, but he's acting very suspicious. And I feel like he's hiding it.
Oh,
And I would like
you
for
have-
someone to look in his tent. He
Do you
won't
have
let me in there? Go
Oh,
ahead.
Well, I mean, it is his private. Do you have the staff? He's like, absolutely not, Karen. This is absurd. He's well, do you have any proof that he took your staff?
I don't. However, as I was walking up, he was suspiciously giving his driver a purse full of coin on the same day that my staff came up missing.
I already explained that. That was a bonus to my driver for doing such a good job, and since we are more than past the halfway point, I thought it was deserved.
I'm
Karen
really
will look
hoping
over-
that Karen remembers that I took up for her several times against people.
So Karen will look over to the driver. Is that true? The driver goes, uh-huh. Okay. She like looks over at you. She's like, I can't force a search on everyone here. What if it's not him? Where does it stop? I need proof. It's
He's-
your word against his.
That's right, and he's the only person that I would think of to search because he's the only person that showed any interest in my quarterstaff. If he doesn't have it, I'll let it go, Karen.
Let her check the tent. And he's like, indeed, I will not. This is an affront to my sense of honor.
If you had
This is
nothing
like-
to hide, you wouldn't be so offended.
That is not true. False accusations. Preposterous claims. Karen, I will not abide by this. And she's like, yeah. Go. I'll check the tent. He's like, no, this is my personal property and I will not have it subjected to searches.
Like I said, if you had nothing to hide, this whole thing would be dropped. If the tent gets checked and there's nothing there, it's over with. And it proves that you have nothing to hide.
So Karen will speak up and say, Dill, let her check the tent, or let me check the tent, and we can get on about our business. He's like, if you do this, none of my freighters will use your services again. I swear to it. So he's using his money and influence, and you're using like your honor,
Mhm.
and you could see that she's stuck. Like she's just like looking back and forth between the two. She's just, why can't anything ever be easy? Jenny, roll me in a persuasion check.
Of course, it jumps out of the damn box.
Of course, it never works when it wants to.
Yeah, and it was a 16.
So she looks at you. She looks at him. She scowls at him, and she looks at you. She says, "I'm sorry. Without a witness, I can't force him to let us in there."
Aaron, if he's stealing from me, then he could potentially be stealing from other people in the caravan. Do you really want to be responsible for knowing that he has potentially stolen in the past? If he's done it before, if it's proven now, then you don't know if he'll do it again in the future. It would ease your mind in the long run to know whether or not he's responsible for this.
And if you're wrong,
If I'm wrong, I'll apologize. I will make a big deal of an apology at the tavern tonight.
but it won't fix. It won't fix our business. Our reputation will be lost, and still,
Your reputation for making sure that someone isn't a thief in your caravan?
well,
For someone who has fought for the safety and wellness of people in the caravan?
I understand what you're saying, but it's a staff. People don't want their stuff rifled through, and if we have a
I
reputation,
didn't want my stuff rifled through. And he's the only
understand.
person that has shown any interest in my staff.
But
Karen, please.
You didn't see him do it. And while you're talking to her, he's going on the same way. He's like, "Nope, she didn't see it. I didn't touch anything. Like I'm being falsely accused. This will not stand. I will make sure like everyone in the guild knows." Like he's going on saying the same things.
I'm going to look at him and say, everybody in this caravan is now going to doubt whether you stole it or not unless you let me look in your tent and prove that you didn't.
I am a merchant of renown. Nobody would suspect me of such a thing.
Really? That rumors start small and get real big. And everybody will wonder if you actually stole it, if you don't let me look. Because if you have nothing to hide, you would let me look. Or let Karen look.
I've been here this whole time. I mean, ask my driver.
Oh, the driver you're paying? The person that is on your payroll would speak for you? That wouldn't surprise me a bit. I would be shocked if he didn't.
Of course he will speak for me. He's my driver.
Right, and you pay him. And if he says anything different, you could fire him and he would be out of a job.
But it's one more witness than you have. And he kind of gives you a smug look.
This dude's gonna die in his sleep. I just hope he knows that.
You're in danger.
I'm going to
And
murder you.
So. Murder.
So at one point he'll look and says, "Well, if there's nothing else, Karen, I would see that you please take this business elsewhere. I need my sleep." And he's going to basically head back in towards the tent. Karen looks at you. She kind of like shakes her head. She's like, "I'm sorry. Follow the rules for everyone."
I'm sorry too. I I've put my life on the line. All I wanted was for you to check a tent.
I know.
Have a good
It
day.
seems
And
like-
I'm going to turn around and walk away. I'm not even going to listen to what she has to say because I am pissed. Because that MFer stole my staff, and I know he did.
Erin's burning bridges left and right.
I know. I see that.
She is
Well,
lighting fires. Girl.
See, the bad part of being a caravan leader. So she's going to she's like watch you storm away, and she's gonna say some dwarven curses under her breath, and she's going to storm off in the other direction. And then like everybody's gonna go back. So you two will eventually see Ginny like storm into the tent. I think. Right? Is that where you went?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I'm over all of the things today.
Yeah. And it's still nighttime when you all have to meet at
Mhm.
the thing. But it's a little early. We're gonna take a break, go refill our drinks and all that good stuff. We'll take a 10-minute so everybody can take a breath, and then we're gonna pick back up with all of you at the tavern. Yay! Unless I missed something that somebody wanted to do, but you have
Murder.
10 minutes to think about it. You can murder too, but we'll have to wait
Well,
until
we
we
just
get
have
back.
to. Well, we have to travel over to the, to the tavern, right?
Hmm.
It's at that. You know what? We'll be right back, Chad. All right, I'll be right back. Oh, I hit the wrong button. I think I hit the right one this time. Yes, I hit the right one. Okay. We should be back. I think everyone's back. Hello, everyone. I just wanted to say hi to everyone.
Oh,
There
there
was
it goes.
some points there. I noticed Cole's here, Drake's here. Well, Cole, Drake's one person. I also saw Tackless came in. Thank you for the raid. Welcome in. I'm trying to keep up with the players today because they're doing some stuff. So, hi. And we're gonna pretty much get right back into it. Ginia, Elios, Vero, you're all back in the tent. Ginia is fuming because they won't support her claim that she's been robbed. Vero, Elios, Roz, you're basically on top of the tent, and eventually, like everything will settle down. And Songbird, you and Bade will open up the tavern or the traveling tavern.
No, kiddo. I'm gonna try to at least keep one of the tables, either keep it moving or keep it clear.
Oh, and make sure you guys they have a place to sit.
Uh-huh.
All right. Yeah, I mean, that's fine. You can do that. You can try to keep one of the areas clear for the group. I don't think. Let's see. How busy are we tonight? Oh no, they're fairly busy. So it seems like everyone is, as you've put more distance between you and Dragonspear Castle, everybody's starting to calm down a little bit. So everybody's starting to show up.
Is the
It's be-
driver there spending his newly earned coin at the
Mm-hmm.
He's the one you need to get drunk.
I
Yes.
don't know yet. I don't know about it yet, but I'm plotting.
Yes,
Like,
he's there.
The out of character of me is plotting. I'm just waiting for the cues. We like, ooh, I got ideas.
I'm just setting up the situation for Ginny to do something. I don't actually know. I just had to ask because it seems like a very logical thing for someone who just got some money to do is go spend it.
Yeah, he's
At the only place you can.
I rolled. He's there. He's hanging out there too. Like I said,
Mhm.
it's busy. It hasn't been this busy in a long time. I would say a majority of the guards are there. Maybe half the merchants are there. So it's a good group. And again, it's because the oppression of being so close to Dragon Spear is finally like lifting. Everybody's feeling a little bit more comfortable. So it's a big night, and you are running about. So, how are you arriving, Roz?
Well, Roz is going to kind of walk up to the head of the caravan. Well, it's not there anymore because everybody's kind of making camp, but he's going to walk
Yeah.
out, I don't know, a couple hundred yards just to kind of like look around, make sure nothing is afoot, as they say. And then as he walks up the left side of the caravans, he'll come back down on the right side and he'll go past the tavern, do the same thing on the opposite end, and then come back up the left hand side, and he'll kind of stop as he's on his way back to his own caravan, and he will not make any inclination that he knows anybody here really. He'll walk up to Songbird since she's serving, and excuse me, do you have milk?
Let me double check. It's not something we normally serve, but
Yes.
I'm sure my boss will be happy to try to look, especially come. Sit down, sit down, sit down. I'll look. And Songbird's gonna
Thank you.
direct you to the table.
The table that
And
she's
so-
been desperately trying to keep empty for you.
Mhm.
Before we leave, I'll ask Ginny if I should wear a cloak.
Yes. Yes, you should.
But so Songbird's gonna go up to Bade and be like, Bade,
Yes.
gentleman that's sitting down. You recognize him, yes?
Yeah. I mean, you'd have to be an idiot not to recognize him. He's been with us for a month. I don't remember his
Uh-huh.
name.
And
Raz.
I think it's Roz, but okay. Um, as you've seen him fight, protect us, and everything, he has one request, and I kind of need your help with it.
No,
Do you even know what it is?
I don't know. But the way you asked, I'm nervous. What is it?
Milk.
What?
Giant. He's a giant cat. He drinks milk.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking?
You don't want to know.
Oh my god. You know, you're right. I probably don't want to know. But can we
I
get
work.
him some milk, please?
I run a traveling tavern. I get weird requests all the time. I don't have any milk, but I might be able to get some for you.
Really? That would be awesome.
Yeah. All right. Hold down the fort. I'll be back.
I got you.
Okay. So he's gonna kind of look, and he's gonna pass you, Roz, and like kind of give you the like, I got you, man. Don't worry. Just gonna-
I thank you. I think.
And Babe, he's sociable with everybody, so he like pats people on the shoulders as he's walking by. But he'll actually head into the caravan wagons. So he is gonna leave the tavern for a minute.
Somebody's gonna walk up to the table and be like, well, I got him, so hopefully the others show up really fast.
Well,
And in
they
very
should
short
be there
order,
soon.
we will show up
Yeah. Vera's wearing a cloak.
and looking really uncomfortable and trying not to
Just-
Very
look
much so.
suspicious, but totally looking suspicious.
He's like moving his arms under there, like I don't have the
Mhm.
same arm range of motion that I normally do.
Keeps
I
coming.
look like a
Songbird's
kid
gonna
that's in. I look like a kid that's in trouble. Like I just
Yeah.
look pouty.
Songbir's gonna have a tray of drinks and just stop and be like, you know what? I don't want to know. And I'll be like, over there. This is over there. She's making a sign towards Roz.
And I'm going
And
to kind
she's
of make
running
a
around
big
dropping off the
show
drinks
of
real quick.
looking for an open table and seeing that there's only one space for us to go that has enough room for all of us. It just so happens that Roz is sitting there too.
Yes.
Amazing how that works.
Yeah. So
Mhm.
you make a show of it, and you get there and as you're getting ready, like, hey, is this seat taken?
Roz will stand up. No, please. You are welcome.
Thank you so much.
All of you will notice like some of the Roz boys coming over and like, and like turning around and walking to find another place to sit. Missed it by that much.
They thought they were going to get a moment, but nope.
Yeah. So you
Songbird's
all...
gonna walk past, hand them a drink. It's like, it just wasn't your time, sweetie.
Okay. Well, they got a drink. So the four of you sitting there, eventually you make a little small talk, but you make it a show like you don't know each other. And for the most part, people are buying it. You see, like, this happens at other places, like a single person will walk over and be like, hey, and they'll be like, hey, come on, sit down. Mostly, though, guards stick with guards, merchants stick with merchants. There's not too much crossing over. Okay. And you see a lot of the people you recognize that you've been traveling with. I mean, it's been like a month. You recognize it's actually over a month. It's probably a month and a half almost now. Well, a month and a third. So, you recognize most of these people. You may not know all their names, but you could say, hey, that's the guy on this wagon, or that's this dude. So you do recognize him. Your merchant, Ginia, the one you just had an interaction with, is not there, but his driver is.
Mm-hmm.
And the Roz boys are there. The Nemesis is there.
Chet?
Chet. No, Chet. Yeah, it was Chet. Chet is there with his boys. Karen, I forgot her name for a minute. Karen is not there. The twins are there. Or not the twins, the brothers, the guys you work for, they're there enjoying the drink as well. And they come by and say hello and pat you, but they find like a little table that they sit, just the two of them. Remember, he's not traveling around with tons of tables. A lot of it is just crates with a board on top of it. So you make room where you can. But for the most part, like, most of the, like I said, it's a busy night. Everybody's kind of celebrating being past Dragon Spear. They're happy. They're drinking. They don't feel like they're about to be slaughtered by a demon. So there's a bit of
Also,
revelry going on.
Songbird has managed to make it through most of the crowd and everything like that to come around to the table and be like, how y'all doing tonight? What drinks can I get you? And then under her breath is like, Vero, why are you dressed like that?
Vero staring at the table.
He's just the hood. He's like, I hate it. I
Don't
hate it
look
in here.
suspicious.
Oh, look over here like, didn't you?
He may have been recognized by one of the cultists.
Oh, well, damn. Okay.
Oh, and also my quarterstaff got stolen today.
What?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell would be stupid enough to do that
Well,
if they seen you fight?
I have a very deep suspicion, deep in my soul, that it was Dill, but Karen would not allow me to search his tent.
And what makes you think it was Dill? Other than the fact he's been wanting your stuff forever.
Yeah, he's the only one that has shown any interest in the staff at all. And then he was, as I was walking up to go kindly ask him, he was paying his driver a bonus for doing such a good job on the trip. Uh-huh.
That one over
That
there?
one over there. Mm-hmm.
Oh, so that's why he's going a little.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. He's been drinking a lot. He's been flashing that money around a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
How many do you think he's in, DM?
I don't know.
That's what they call liquid assets.
Mm-hmm.
About 7.
Nice. What type of creature is he?
He's a human.
Regular. He's a human? Oh,
Yeah.
perfect.
He's just a human.
Okay. Mm,
And they're gonna let it. He's
So-
gonna drive tomorrow. That's impressive.
Oh, he's gonna have one hell of a headache, I tell you what. Hey, drink?
You've seen Bade ride like unconscious. Come on.
Yeah, but it's
But
not him
Bade's not the
driving.
driver. The horses
Uh-huh.
The
pull the
horses,
cart.
I know, but
This guy is the driver.
yeah, he's definitely a driver.
Mm-hmm. Who's going to be regretting some life choices here after a bit.
Right.
I'm
Very
sure.
much so.
I feel bad for the human. Okay.
Okay, so Sunbird is going to go check on him to see if he needs another drink and come back for one for Jinya
Okay.
because I was there taking orders, so I need to at least come back with one.
Yeah. Not only that, you have an entire group of people that you have to serve. So for a while, you're just going to be passing by a little bit. Eventually, Bade will return, and he's got a small tin canister, and he looks around, walks over to Roz, and almost he's doing something shady. He sets it down on the table in front of you and pushes it towards you. He says, "It's still warm." And walks away.
This kind. Thank you so much. At least he didn't put it in a bowl.
I don't want to know. It's like,
And
Yeah,
he-
you probably
he'll-
don't.
He'll go back about serving, back to his post and continue to serve drinks.
okay. Oh, babe, you're back. Oh, yay. Another question.
Yes. What now? What?
Hot water for tea?
When did we start taking special requests? Who wants hot water? They can tea their own tea.
The little man. The little one that you see right there? Do you see him?
Yeah.
Over there with Nunya?
Uh-huh.
That.
He's looking at Nunya go on.
Uh-huh. That one saved my life.
Oh.
And I would like to pay him back. He doesn't drink alcohol, so tea.
So then you get him hot water. Why do I have to?
Do we have anything here
Water?
in
We have
order to make a
water.
tea?
Yes, we have plenty of water.
Yeah, but we don't usually heat the stuff up while we're doing the drinks.
Wait, hold on. A thought just occurred to me. I'll get the water.
Uh-huh. She'll give him a look like, mm-hmm. This is what I see how it is. Okay, I got it. I see you. I'll see you.
Should I get a whole pot or just like a glass?
Yes. No. Whole pot.
Okay, fine. Just hold down the fort, and he'll disappear again to go find some hot boiling water.
Okay, making one more pass at our charming driver human. Do you need another? Here, look, here's another.
No, I don't. I think I should stop.
Are you sure?
I'm a little drunk.
Did you have a
I-
good day?
I did. It was a very good day. And now there's two of you.
Okay,
Maybe
well
we'll,
then tell us how good of a day you had. What happened? You've been spending a lot of money.
um, I got a bonus
For what?
for working.
What type of work do you do?
Hold on, I need to make a Constitution save on this dude. Oh fuck!
The man is weak.
I'm a driver. I drive the wagons.
Um, do you do everything your boss says? Does he enjoy you as a driver?
Um, I think so. He gave me a bonus, and I
What
try
did
to
he give
do
you
what
the
he
bonus for?
I try to do what he asks because he's not very demanding, but when he wants something, he wants it.
Okay. So did you get him something recently to warrant the
He like
raise or
he
bonus?
like looks
or
around and goes,
whatever you said?
"Shh." I just
Ooh,
no. And like
oh, you tell me.
somebody starts calling you, Miss. Two more.
All right, be there one moment. Tell me.
Oh no, I'm not. It's a secret.
But you know what sat at the tavern stays at the tavern, honey.
That's a thing.
It's a thing.
Oh,
You would be
ma'am,
surprised at how many things I
another
know.
round.
Okay, I'm gonna let you think about it and everything like that. And she'll go away and be like, I'll be right back. Don't go
Okay.
anywhere.
Okay.
I'll run
You left
Do you
around.
leave
and
the,
you
dr-
left
do you
him.
leave
You
the
left
drink in
him
front
like
of him?
I was gonna say. You left the drink.
Huh?
You
For
left
him?
another drink in front of him, didn't you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he's just gonna sit there and look at it for a minute while you're doing it, and he'll start drinking the other one. He's just like,
I mean, why would you pass up on a free drink? Come
right,
on.
it's free and it was sitting there. So all right. So you have to go work a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
Um
Doing the rounds.
Eventually Bade will show back up, and in his hand he is carrying a teapot. It is like a ceramic teapot, very nice. It's got a little handle, like a wooden handle. And he like walks over to the table, and he sets down these little bowl-like cups, and he puts down one in front of Elios, one in front of Ginia, and he proceeds to pour Ginia's cup very carefully, and he does the whole flourish where the tea like pours in, and then he just kind of like spills it into Elios's cup. He says, "I bought you your tea, my lady." Looking at Ginia.
I'm just gonna. I assumed he wasn't looking at Elios.
Fair enough.
The sparks fly again.
I know, right? He's totally forgotten about me. It's all about Elios now. No. I'm just gonna smile at him and say, "Thank you so much. Would you mind getting some for Vero as well?"
Who?
Just staring at the table, still pouting.
The fellow sitting right there.
Oh. He'll take Elios's cup and move it in front of him. I only have-
Wow.
I
And
only have
Genia's
two
gonna take her
cups.
cup and set it in front of Elios. And I'm gonna look
Right.
at Bade and say, honestly, what barrel did you crack tonight?
Well, we're celebrating. We're put enough distance between So I opened up a fresh port. Little bitter, but everybody should be feeling good.
I'll take
Kind
a
of heavy
glass.
on the alcohol side.
I'll take a
Really?
glass because I'm feeling a little bitter too.
Excellent. And he'll kind of set the pot down in front of Elios. So it has like little legs. So he sets it down on the table. He says, coming right up. I'll tap it myself or pour it myself. And he'll run over to get you a mug.
Okay, because I know that
Yes.
that Bade talks.
As he leaves and Roz picks up his milk, just before it comes to his lips, he'll say, "We need to talk about what we shall do when the cultists leave." And then he'll finish a drink.
Do you think it's going to be like super soon? Like,
Roz thinks it will be within the next 3 days, if not sooner. Could be overnight tonight. It could be, but they are much closer now to one another.
how many Ross boys are there?
3 and a couple of like iffies.
Okay.
So 5 altogether. There's 3 loyal. Like whenever they get a chance, they're trying to talk to Roz. We even named one of them. Roz, what was his name?
His name's David.
Dan,
What was it?
the head of
Dan?
it, Daniel.
Daniel.
Daniel. That's right. So yes, there was 3 for sure. Daniel being the leader of the group, and then there's like a couple of iffy ones. Like they want to, but they don't like being yelled at, so they're kind of splitting their time.
Okay.
So 5 total.
And are they with specific wagons
Yes.
or are they with just the group?
They're with specific wagons towards the front of the group.
Okay.
So they work very close with Karen.
All right. I'm just trying to make sure that the people that we're protecting have protection when we are ready to when we have to leave.
I got you. Okay. You could always hire the companions with their like paper mache swords.
I mean, if they get killed first and distract whoever's trying to attack, that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
But they're not going to be any protection for anybody.
Call them bait.
Okay.
You don't have to outrun the bear. You just have to outrun the other guy.
There you go.
So Songbird wants to make sure that she's part of this conversation because of what she told Roz.
So they're having the conversation like, you know, hands over mouth, cups in front of the face so nobody can read their lips, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But they're trying to be very discreet. Whether they're having it while I don't know, that's, I guess you're timing it like when she stops at the table.
Well,
you
not the
guys...
discussion itself, but at least bringing up the topic.
Mm-hmm.
So
okay.
get all minds thinking about the same.
Okay, so
Okay.
he's
The most-
initiated before you got there. So, but
Got
I
it.
don't
Most
think
important
I don't think
question
you're gonna
is-
miss the meat of it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Vero.
The most important question is the tea any good?
Bade thought he was getting it for Virginia. It's probably the best tea ever.
Yeah. It's
Probably the most
Probably.
amazing tea.
Hold on. I'll actually roll like a cooking check for him.
He just brought warm milk. It's like, do you really have to?
It's not that great. It's not Vero standards.
Hmm.
It's kind of like you know how
I'm
you-
getting what I've gotten at other places that don't normally serve tea.
right. Yeah, like you know, like if you're up north and you order tea and you gave that same cup of tea, you'd think it's like great. But then if you gave that same cup of tea to somebody down south, or iced tea, I'm talking about iced tea, and you gave it to somebody down south, they'd be like, "What the hell is this?"
They think you were a monster.
Is this
Yeah,
piss water?
it's like-
What is
Yeah,
this?
it's kind of like that.
What is this
He
wheel?
thinks it's great, but Vero's like, "Ugh, what is this?" He pulls out his own tea bag.
Norm said he brewed it with lust. That's why Vero doesn't like it. It wasn't brewed with lust for him.
Yeah, right.
Oh, God.
There you go.
I definitely don't. I no longer like the sound of that tea.
I don't even like tea.
Roz is second
Not
guessing
Lipton,
the
it's
milk
Lustin
now.
tea. Oh my god.
God. I'm sorry. What did you
Oh.
say, Roz? I didn't hear you.
Roz is second guessing the milk about now.
Um, okay.
Anyway.
So you guys go about you're starting your conversations, you're whispering. Eventually, in not long, Bait is gonna come back and set a mug in front of you, Ginia. He says, it's like the mug is metal. It
Mhm.
has etching on it. It's very fancy. You notice usually he gives out
Hmm.
like wooden carved mugs, but this is like a metal tankard. He
Mhm.
sets it in front of you. He says, "Enjoy. This one's on me." And he'll like go back. You two are paying for the tea though.
I just sip my tea. I'm just kind of still pouting. It's still trying to like move in the
In the
thing. Like I
cloak.
sat on it and it like
Move
pulled
it.
on my shoulder and
He's like, how do people live like this?
yeah.
It's very easy. You just gotta get used to moving differently.
Yeah,
I
says the
know,
burn
I know.
victim.
Right? All
It's
wrapped
fine.
up.
No one can see. It's fine.
He's like, he is dark man.
Mhm.
So you guys will sit there basically like saying, well, we should think about this, we should think about this. And occasionally Songbird will come over and check on you and interject into the conversation. As time goes by, things will start to people will start to filter away. They'll start to leave. It's winding down. The driver, no, he's passed out at the table. Like he fell asleep at the table, and a couple of people like they're stacking like cups on top of his head.
Well, see, I was trying to get to him before he knocked out.
No, he passed. You were busy, and he had one drink too many, and he passed out. So people are messing with him, and they, like I said, they're stacking cups on his head. You'll notice that the halfling contingent, or they're there, and they've been drinking, but they're also like pointing or gesturing towards Elios, and like laughing, but you could see that Longnose is like he's very serious, even though he's like snickering, laughing. But the rest of them are just laughing. The Roz boys will stick around. They're drinking, but they have definitely gotten into it, so they're looking a little bit sloshed themselves. And then something strange happened. Generally, the cultists don't show up at the tavern. They drink separately. But the young lady from the other day will show up. And
Oh, yay.
she's kind of like looking around, and she'll take a little table off to the side. She'll sit down and wait for you to come serve her, Songbird.
Alrighty. So I'm gonna walk up and be like, "Hi, I haven't seen you here before."
Because I've never come here before. But I was
Okay.
curious, and I had the night off.
Hmm. Curious of the tavern, curious of what to drink, curious. In which way are we talking?
Different than yours. I would just like a glass of wine, please.
Of wine?
Yes, comes from grapes.
Mm, yes. It's not our usual request, but I'll go double check real quick. One moment.
Thank you.
Somewhere's going to turn around and be like, mm-mm.
I will backhand you to God. No.
Be like, So she'll walk over to Bade. We have a request for wine.
Wine. What is it with you today? We don't have any
New
wine.
person.
Who? Who's that? I've never
That
seen her.
person. I think she's one of those
Did we pick her up
very
on?
secluded ones.
Oh, well, get her a glass of wine then.
Where do you have the wine?
Oh, we had tapped a couple days back. They didn't get finished. Maybe there's some left. See if you can squeeze her out a glass. See what I
Are
did
they
there?
red? Is it red?
Red?
Red wine.
No, it's purple.
Okay. Red wine aerates. It's had some time to air out. It'll be fine.
Okay.
I
Listen,
didn't know that.
So-
The songbird, the
Going over there.
sommelier, is up here.
Bade doesn't care. He just serves the wine. He doesn't have to know anything about the wine.
I buy it and resell it. I don't pick it. I don't squeeze it. I don't even barrel
If it don't sell,
I
I
do
don't
drink
buy
it.
it again.
Yeah.
It's like it's okay. It'll still be good. She'll pay.
And like,
So-
what is it? Like, he like checks the moon. Like, is it a full moon tonight or something? Like, what is going on here?
Feels like it.
It's
Someone's
not.
gonna go past him. It's like it feels like it.
Wait, hold on. It might be.
Is
I have
it?
to check. I'm checking the day.
It'd be kind of
Nope.
crazy if it is.
It's a new moon. There's no moon in the sky.
That explains a lot.
Okay, so there you go.
Okay, so someone's gonna take the wine and set it in front of the young lady. It's like, here you go.
How much?
She'll tell her whatever the fee is for the wine, because
So she'll place down 2 silver pieces.
all right. Is there anything else I can get you, or do you want me to come back in a little bit?
Just the glass. And she'll like take a sip. As she takes a sip, you notice she's looking at your friends at the table.
I'm still sitting with my head down.
You are, I know.
And it is a new moon, so it's darker than usual.
Yes, it is darker.
Mm-hmm.
Does Roz
Yes.
recognize this young lady?
Yes, this is the one that was pointed out that may have recognized Vera.
He is going to kind of nod at everybody, and he's going to get up, push away from the table, and get up and walk away.
No, lovely. Well, Songbird's gonna head over to the table because I guess it's thinning out, and that's the only other full table,
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing. So she's gonna go over there and I guess see Roz get up and walk away. And I'm like, what is going on? As she's like checking to see if any of the mugs are empty, pouring more water into anything. Didn't you? It's like, what's going on? Why is he leaving?
Well, that is the lady that may have recognized Vero, and who knows why Roz does anything. He just got up and left.
Oh. So Songbbird's gonna make a thing like you and I just having a little chit chat and everything like that and smile. I was like, oh really?
Uh-huh.
Okay. That is fantastic.
About
Should I
par for the
leave?
course nowadays.
Yes. Okay. Well, she's gonna take the mug, Braz's mug. Is it still full? Did he drink it all?
He drank it all.
No, he drank it all. That's gone.
Okay.
It was a
She's gonna
little
take
tin
that.
of milk. Of course it's gone.
Hot milk. Mm.
Mhm.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's gonna take it and is wiping down. It's like, I thought we were gonna talk about what's going on.
So did I.
Okay, but he recognizes that person over there.
Yep, he recognizes her, and we think she recognizes Vero.
Okay.
And it all goes
Well-
round and around and around, and it comes out here.
Uh-huh. So I'm gonna go with that's probably why you got up. Is because he thinks she's snooping.
Well, I mean, she's obviously snooping. They never come to the tavern.
I know, right? So Songbird's there with the mug in her hand, a hand on her hip, and just chatting away like it's a normal conversation. And everything is like, yeah, we're gonna have to do something about it. Not moving her lips very much. It's like, we're really gonna have to do something about this because we really need to talk. I know he plans to leave. Did he say anything about it?
No, but I sort of had a feeling when he said we needed to talk and that that we maybe had 3 days. I sort of had a feeling that he
Oh,
was
fantastic.
planning on splitting, and I really feel like that's not a good idea.
Well, I kind of have something that might help with that situation, but we kind of need to sit and talk about it. So we got to figure out a time to get together.
Well, maybe we should when everything's closed here, have a meeting in our tent so that Vera's not out in public, since we know that he's now being snooped after by this person who's never come to the tavern, but seems to have come to the tavern tonight. Do you think you can?
Summers, you know the little jovial thing is like where someone pushes on you. It's like,
Mhm.
you are so right.
I
Anything like that?
usually am.
Yeah, it's like, you are so right. I will definitely think about that.
I'm
And
gonna
everything,
whisper
basically
to
meaning, yeah, I'm gonna head over there when I can.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna whisper to
Alright.
Elios. We should have stayed in the tent.
I have no idea what they're talking about. Y'all have said so many things that I don't understand.
They're like
Songbird
speaking.
gonna
This is like real life thieves camp.
Except everyone
Songbird's
understands
gonna
it
take
except Elias.
the tin of milk over to Bade. Is like, Bade, where did you even get this?
What? Oh, the milk? I don't ask.
You know what? I'm not going to. Here.
Oh, okay. You kind of take it and toss it back with the rest of the tankards.
Okay, and I'm gonna go check on our little new friend.
Oh, why?
To see if she needs another drink.
She barely touched the one she got. Like you could see that from here.
Good customer service. Even if they haven't touched it, I've been away from a while. I need to come back and check on her.
Okay, suit yourself.
And there were 2 kegs of wine that were tapped. He said it earlier. She might not like the one, so maybe she would like the other one.
You're not
Mhm.
there.
It's actually fair.
Anyway, all right. So you go check on her.
Yeah.
Roz, wait, hold on. Roz, where are you going?
He's going to go do his. What time is it? If it's around
evening.
10.
Yeah, it's. You've been here for like maybe an hour or two. You know, he set up shop kind of after sunset. So
Okay.
you figure it's maybe 9, 10 o'clock,
Okay.
somewhere around. If
He'll
you
go do
stretch
his
it out.
perimeter checks then.
Okay. All right. So you're gonna go wander about the outside of the camp. Songbird, you're gonna head over to this young lady with the copper hair.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'll come up to her and be like, was that okay? I have another one tapped to try. Would you like?
She'll look at you for a second. She's like, it's fine. And she's not really like, she just glances in your direction, but she's staring at the table.
Mm-hmm.
Like, she is not being discreet at all.
Okay. Somewhere it's going to be like, not going to be discreet at all either, and be like, ma'am, are you okay? Is everything all right?
She, like, narrows her eyes and looks over at you and says, I'm fine. Listen, how long have you been working this caravan?
Since we left.
So you've been serving drinks to everyone here?
Yes.
You seem friendly with them. What can you tell me about them? And she'll produce a gold coin. I was gonna say copper because of her hair. She produces a gold coin and like puts it on the table. She says, "You wenches tend to know a lot more than you let on."
Wow.
She was so excited. Flashback many months ago when she was so excited to serve drinks.
Mhm.
Remember, what happens in the tavern stays in the tavern.
It's in the tavern. Uh-huh. So, well, I don't. You can keep that because I don't know much more than what else everybody else knows. I mean, they're fantastic fighters. They've helped save the caravan several times. The little one saved me. Uh, she's magnificent with that warhammer. I mean,
Oh,
mm,
the one with the cloak, the hood.
the one with the cloak and the hood.
Mm-hmm.
Mm, I think that one is usually with her, yeah.
Do you know
But
his
we've all
name?
seen him around.
Do you know his name?
No, I don't know his name actually.
Very well. She kind of like grabs a drink, takes a gulp of it, sets it down, and then like gets up and starts to walk away. She does leave the
Yes.
gold coin on the table.
Oh, okay, yes. She'll pick it. I'll pick it up and be like, "Are you sure you're okay?"
She just like
Huh?
waves behind her head.
Okay.
I think she was angling for a date with Vero.
Mm.
That's why she recognized him, because she saw him when he was a prisoner and thought he was cute.
This actually has also crossed my mind too.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, maybe she actually likes him.
I was really excited to have him as a slave. I want that one back.
All right. So you got your gold coin. She drinks the whatever, she drinks a gulp of the wine. She leaves, eventually heading back towards her thing. Roz, roll me a percentile dice. The reason we're rolling this is I want to see if you and her cross paths before she gets there. So if
I
you
hope
roll anywhere between a wait, don't roll it yet.
Oh, sorry. Well, I didn't see
look.
it. I put
Okay,
it in
I
the
didn't see it
tower.
yet either. So I'm gonna say
Don't look,
anything
Ethel.
between a 0 and a 10, and you and her like will stumble into each other.
All right.
All right.
What do you get?
Oh, he rolled the exact opposite, like 97.
Oh man.
They're on opposite ends of the caravan as
Yeah,
they.
they walk this way. All right. So nope, she'll make it back to her things. Now, wait, you said I hope so. Were you hoping to run into her? Because that's a different situation.
Could be.
Well,
He's
if
not going
that's
to purposely do it, but
oh, okay. So yeah, no. If you were waiting, like
Mm-mm.
hey,
No.
she's gonna walk this way, then I'll wait here. That's different. But no, if it's just
No.
random, then we're gonna let the dice decide.
Yep.
No, you don't run into each other. Okay, cool. All right. Eventually, there's a few stragglers. The Roz boys, seeing Roz has left, will take it as their cue to emulate their idol, and they're going to stop drinking and go about their business of checking the caravan. Now, they don't go out into the darkness like Roz does. But they go up and down the lines, checking the camps, making sure everybody's secured, everything's good to go. So they will eventually leave. Most of the merchants will have left already because they're above it all. So all you have left is a few drivers, a couple of halflings, and a few three really drinking dwarves because this port is good.
So I want to focus on the
But-
driver because now he's got all this stuff on him and
Right.
everything.
Well,
So I'm gonna
there's
keep,
a whole table of them now.
there's a whole table.
Yeah, there's the
It's
three
like,
dwarves, the other two
Mhm.
halflings that are goofing around, picking on him, and then the human that's asleep.
Are the
okay,
dwarves
so I'm going to take the
portly?
stuff off the human. It's like, oh, poor thing. And
Wait, hold
Songbird
on. I didn't hear Rhino's question.
Hmm?
What did
I
you
asked
say?
if the dwarves were portly.
Oh. I was hoping it was a legit question, but yes,
It's
they
not.
are.
That'll teach you.
and
I'm gonna start ignoring you.
You do already.
and
That's
so,
okay.
and so Songbird's gonna be like, oh, you guys, come on, leave him alone. So she'll take
Why are you messing with our fun?
oh, you guys can have fun. You guys can keep having fun or whatever. I'm gonna take
I'd
him
be
out
like,
of here.
5 more minutes, Mom. 5 more minutes.
It's like, come on, sweetie, up we go.
Oh, where are we going?
Well, you got to go back to your cart, don't you?
No, I'm not until later. I'm good.
You're
Like
still good?
you go to lift him off the table, and blam, he's on the ground. To everyone's amusement, like just a
Mhm.
roar of laughter as he face plants.
Okay. Well, I figured that Songbird would be strong enough to at least lift the guy.
That you didn't expect him to just like face plant like that. Like he stood up like no problem, and as soon as he went to take a step, his body moved,
Ooh,
but his
never
feet
do
didn't.
that.
Yeah.
No, never do that. No.
So
All
and
right.
everyone like everybody's just laughing.
He's like, yeah, yuck it up, guys. So she's gonna go down, kind of like, hey, hey, you. Hey, what's your name?
Snoozing. He's snoring.
All right. She's gonna look around and get like a cold cloth, soak it in water. Wait, get a cloth and soak it in colder water. That's what I'm trying to say. Yes, this is
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
And she's going to kind of bring the little container over and everything like that and kind of bring it out on top of him, not wholeheartedly dump the thing on him because that's just rude.
That's where I would have gone with it.
Lass,
Yep.
let me help you. One of the dwarves will stand up. And
Okay.
he'll take the rag and the bucket from you, and he'll take the
Mhm.
rag and kind of like hand it to you and just dump the water on his face.
Oh, okay.
And you hear like, "Blah, blah, blah, I'm up. And
Hi.
just squinty eye, like sitting up. He's sitting up now, looking around like, oh, why does my face hurt?
Here, put this on your face, and somewhere it's gonna be like, thank you.
Think nothing of it. The
Uh,
dwarf will go back. We'll also need another round.
okay, I got you. It's like, hey, you're right. She's
Um,
talking low, so it's not hurting his head.
and she's like, my face hurts.
I'm sure.
I think a dwarf punched me.
I don't think that's the dwarf that punched you. I think it was the alcohol. So come
So
on, what is your name?
everybody just calls me Lay.
Lay.
Yeah, like lay about.
Is there a reason why they call you Lay? Or is that
Well,
actually your
my dad
name?
said it's because I was lazy.
Okay. Well, do you want me to call you Lay?
Sure, everybody else calls me Lay. I think
Okay.
we did this part. He's
Just
still
know
drunk, by the
I
way.
wanted to give you respect, but okay, come on, Lay. Let's get you up.
Oh,
One foot at a time.
can I just crawl to where we're gonna go?
No, and she's gonna put her arm. It's like, you don't want to walk with me?
Hey, leave that layabout about alone. We want our drinks. You
Oh,
three see
goodness.
this, by the way, that's going on. Except for Vero, who's just staring at the table, mad.
Sipping my tea, my crappy ass tea.
Have bad tea, restraining clothes. I hate this caravan.
I
I hate
wore
I
a
it.
want to go
cloak for
back.
this.
I want to go back to my tent.
Okay, how about this? Let's put you down here,
Okay. Where are
and
you
she'll
putting
put him
me?
in a chair
Okay. So you
and
took him
everything.
away.
Go.
So took him away from the group that he was sitting in a chair with, dropped him on the floor, and then moved him into a chair again.
Well, the fussy butts over here will be like, Bade,
What?
can you finish off those guys over there?
What do I pay you for?
You want this gold piece?
Consider it done.
Oh. Flick it over to him.
He will pour out another round of drinks for the dwarves and the halfling.
All right. So,
And
Lay, how about I take you?
he'll take it over there.
Okay. Lay, how about I get you back to your cart?
You unhand me, lady. I'm married.
I am not trying to flirt with you. I'm just trying to get you back.
Would you say you're not
Safely.
trying to lay with him?
Oh, wow. Wait, get me back to where?
Well, don't you have to go back to your cart?
Yeah, but you can't come with me to my cart. I told you I'm married.
Okay. Focus just a little bit. I am trying to do the nice thing to make sure you don't get slammed. I don't know, walk directly into a cart or out in the woods where there's spiders.
I
and
was
other
fine
creatures.
just sitting at the table sleeping.
We're closing. You can't stay at the table sleeping.
Wait, you make us leave? This is an outdoor tavern.
Uh-huh. And when everything's gone, everything's gone.
Is that true? Yeah, it's gone, but I don't have to leave. I have to go. And oh, I'm gonna complain to
Oh.
Bade. Is this a
You know
new
what?
rule?
I will talk to Bade for you.
You do that, and he's gonna
Okay.
like try to get himself up and stumble off into the woods.
And this is why you need help. Are you using the restroom?
What?
Are you using the
No,
restroom?
no.
Okay. Then come back this way. This is what I mean. Come this way. I'm just trying to guide you. I'm not trying to be fresh or anything. Just come this way.
No,
And
it's a
besides, you still owe me a story.
it's a short. Well, I don't need what?
You owe me a story.
No, I'm I'm going home now.
You owe me a secret, sir.
I don't owe you anything.
No, you said you were going to tell me. You promised.
Tell you what, I don't even know your name.
Remember what said at the tavern stays at the tavern.
Okay. Good
You
night.
were going to tell me about your bonus.
You stay here. I
You
can't
owe
tell
me a
you.
story.
I don't know you anything. I paid for my drinks, didn't I? And he kind of like
Okay,
starts
then.
looking for his money.
Oh, I could also tell Bade not to serve you anymore, and you're just going to have to deal without it for the rest of the time. Because
Wow.
you can't be trusted.
Okay, hold on. So he like you gotta remember he's really drunk. So
Mhm.
half the shit you're saying is not registering with him, and the shit he's saying is not registering with you. I mean, like he's just like trying to. He's like, I just want to go home. I just want to lay down. He's like, fine.
So
I'll
the
just
threat
lay.
of no
Like
alcohol?
he'll like lay down on the ground and just lay there. Like if you just don't let him leave.
Okay. So you still going to tell me a story? Because,
No,
okay, I guess you don't need any more drink. I mean, you apparently can't handle it.
I think I've
You
had
made
enough.
promises. And you also made promises, and you're going back on your promises. So, you know what?
I'm a man. We're all liars.
You know, that's actually pretty true. I do believe that, yeah. So wait, does that mean you lied to me about your wife?
What? No.
Ooh, have you lied to your wife?
Why are you asking such personal questions, lady? What kind of waitress are you?
Well, first of all, waitresses are nosy by trade. Don't you understand that?
All right, here's a copper piece. Stay out of my business.
She
Here, I'll make
pushes
it
it
too. Stay in your lane. Go away. I'm just
she
gonna
pushes
sleep
it back
here.
and put a warning. It's like, you said all men are liars. I hope you haven't been lying to your wife. And she'll shove them right here and be like, sticking to him. It's like, you better not been lying to your wife.
Oh, I'm not. Leave me alone. I just want to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
You three are sitting at the table. You see, Bade has taken drinks out. This one is trying to carry the driver basically to a table. Well, she puts him at a table, then he like lays down on the ground, and he's trying to leave, and she's having some kind of conversation with him. What are you three doing?
I'm going to ask if we can go back to the tent.
I mean, it's
Doesn't seem like
probably the best idea for you two to go back to the tent. I'm gonna give Songbird a hand with the driver.
All right, Ellis, you want to go back to the tent?
I sure.
All right.
Okay, so
Yeah.
you two are gonna head back to the tent. Now, Jania and Songbird are gonna beat up the driver now.
Say anything about beating him up.
Okay.
Not out
Anyway,
loud.
so you two leave. Ginny, you go over and help Songbird. So he's just laying on the ground, like, lady, leave me alone. Like, I just want to lay here in this nice rock.
Don't you have a bed in your tent by your
That's so
wagon?
far away.
Yeah, but you're gonna be super sore when you wake up tomorrow.
It's fine. I sleep on the floor anyway. It's a bedroll.
With your head on a rock?
Yes,
Wow. Your employer
What?
needs to treat you better.
No
he
kidding.
does. You're right. But he's good. He's sometimes no, he's not.
Well, you
He's
said he gave
not
you a
good?
bonus.
Yeah.
Didn't you say you give him a bonus?
Well, yeah, you're not supposed to know about that.
Oh, but remember you were already telling me.
I don't
It's
think
not like I'm
so.
going to tell anybody.
I don't remember that. Listen, I'm drunk.
Yes, you are.
Can I just go? And he's like trying to pull like grass on top of him. Just like make a little blanket.
Well, probably what's going to happen is if we leave you here and not take you to your nice cozy tent, you're going to get left behind.
Oh no, they, my, they need me. I'm the driver.
Uh-huh. And your boss is going to lose his spot because his cart's not being driven because his driver's not there.
Oh, you're really killing my buzz. Like,
We just want to take you back
you are the
carefully.
worst waitress I've ever seen. Fine. He'll like start to
Maybe
like
I'm not a waitress.
he'll try to get up. What are you
Junior's gonna
doing,
help him
Janae?
get up. I'm gonna help
Okay.
him get up.
All right, so the two of you will take a hold of him. He'll like throw an arm around each of you. He's like, "This is like the worst." Gee,
Is it that?
thought my mom was a nag.
Eh, we're protective.
We
That
just want to make
happens.
sure that you get back safely. We would hate to see anything happen to you.
Oh, that's
I mean, we just
nice.
had a whole bunch of spiders and ugh.
Yeah, but you didn't everybody kill the spiders? There's none left.
That's not to say there's not
Mm.
something worse out in the forest.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard of a drunk person dying?
Oh, honey, all the
Yes.
time.
Oh. Well, I never heard of
Waitress.
one. Yeah, but I'm not bothering anybody. I'm not gonna get stabbed or. Wait a minute. And he kind of like looks at the both of you.
No.
What's going on here?
Do you think we would really rob you? I'd probably make more than you do.
Well, I hope not. I don't have any more money.
Which is why I make more than you do.
Okay.
So I'm not going to rob you. We're just
Are
trying
you
to get
gonna give
back.
me money?
Are you gonna give us the truth?
Ooh. What kind?
Mm,
How much
We
money?
have secrets. Oh? How much did your boss pay you that bonus?
You keep talking about a bonus you're not supposed to know about, so I'm not telling you.
Well, then I guess we can't make an offer you can't refuse, can we?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you could try.
Oh, that's
how
not
are we
how this
supposed to know the
works.
comparison?
What?
What's supposed to be the comparison?
I mean, we could make
Okay.
you an offer that is obscenely low, and we would hate to insult you.
Oh, okay, that's fair. All right. Offer me 6.5 platinum.
Platinum? Did he pay you platinum? I really don't think. It's like I don't see anyone getting anything in platinum.
You said to say what I wanted.
Oh, you're cute. Be realistic. I mean, we could just drop you off in the woods. You wouldn't know any better.
Oh. Okay. So 10 gold?
I'll look at Junior and like 5 each.
Works for me.
So again, he's like got really like squinted eyes and blurry, and he like looks over you, Jinya, and like his eyes open a little bit, and he blinks. He goes, "Hey, I know you."
Do ya?
I think so.
Well, I got 5 gold here.
And I've got the other 5.
Oh, more gold. Okay,
You said you
What is-
wanted 10, right?
10. Yes,
For
Oh,
the
look.
truth. 10 for the truth. For the
Okay,
truth.
I'm not really married, and I'm not really good as a driver,
Mhm.
but my boss doesn't know it, so
What does he pay you for?
to drive.
What did you get the bonus for?
Oh, he wanted some stick.
Hmm.
A stick. So did you get the stick?
Oh yeah.
Where'd you put the stick?
I gave it to him. Can I have my coins?
Somewhere's gonna look over at Junior and like,
Do you think you could get the stick back from him?
Oh. Yeah, he's a really heavy sleeper.
This dude is really drunk, and I feel like maybe we should wait until he's sober for him to get the stick back. Because otherwise, we're going to get in super lot of trouble. Because if he can steal the stick back while his boss is sleeping, then it's not going to make a difference because technically he didn't have it to begin with. Right?
Yeah,
Because he
so
said he
that would
didn't have
mean-
it. So I
So
can't
that would
steal it back if he
mean-
never stole it from me.
uh-huh. And
You have a dizzying intellect. Remember, I'm drunk.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, so it's like, well, if he's drunk now, if we can at least get him to get it to you while his hard sleeper of a boss is sleeping.
Yeah, but you really trust this man here to steal anything? He can't even walk. Forget walk
No,
straight.
not
He
at-
can't walk.
I can too walk, and he'll go to take a couple of steps without holding on to either of you. I get about 3 in, and he like basically like turns to face back towards you. He says, "See."
And then falls over because he turned too
Yeah,
quickly.
I was about to, I'm like, do we need to catch him?
He's definitely leaning. But he'll keep his balance. He's just swaying and wobbling in front of you. Like, see, I'm perfectly fine. His eyes are closed. His words are slurred more than mine.
I mean, we can't trust him to get it because, yeah, he shouldn't go anywhere near anybody sleeping because he's gonna wake him up. It doesn't matter how hard they sleep. He's not gonna remember this conversation tomorrow. I would almost guarantee it.
So are you thinking that?
She's right.
So you're thinking she's gonna? Songbird's pointing at herself like,
I mean, we know I'm not the stealthiest person.
true. That's very true. Do you know if it's like at the front of the tent or the back of the tent? On the floor?
I'm not allowed in the tent. I just know that's where he took it. I haven't seen him move it.
So where is it that you do sleep?
I have my own tent.
Okay. So you at least have a tent. That's good.
Well, yeah. He has one of those bivouac tents. It's the little ones that he just kind of crawls into and sleeps.
Okay. So you're thinking he goes night night, go sneaky sneak.
I don't know who sneaky sneak is, but I'm fine with the night part.
All right, let's get him to the tent and we can discuss it because he's going
'Cause
to
I
keep
have an
interjecting.
idea. I have an idea.
Oh yeah. Well,
Mhm.
let's go drop him off at the tent so he can, pass out.
Sounds good. He's
So
heavy.
you'll drag him through the camp. Are you trying not to be seen by anybody?
Not especially because I mean, we're just trying to help the dude do his tent. Nothing
Yep.
suspicious here. The waitress and her friend are trying to help a fellow home
Mhm.
All right.
in
So
these dark and
you,
dangerous times.
Right?
all right. So you two will drag him
Good Samaritan.
back to his tent. You get lost a couple of times because he's like, "Oh, it's right over here," and it's not. So you're like, you have to find it, but it takes a little bit. Um, Eventually, Roz, you'll see these two like heading towards a camp. Not, and again, it's part of the main caravan. It's just everybody's mixed up. And he's like, "There it is." And he'll like drop onto the ground and crawl into his tent. He's like, "Thank you so much for making sure I got home."
Good night.
You never gave him his gold, by the way.
Yeah, we did. You're muted.
Did you give it to him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So you'll hear him like one, 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 and then fade off into nothingness.
All right. You're muted.
You're still muted.
Of course I'm muted. So as we step away, Songbird will basically kind of be like, well, there is a possibility of going in invisible just in case a noise is made. Won't be able to be seen.
All right.
Maybe.
Go on.
So since I'm likely to be the quieter one of us two, I
Mhm.
can make myself invisible and go in. If it's true that he's a heavy sleeper, it should be okay. I just got to be really careful.
If you feel comfortable doing that. Normally I would
That's
be
your
against
staff, and it's kind of
stealing things,
rude.
but it's not his to begin with. It's mine, so
Yeah.
it's not actually stealing.
Then you can say, "Oh, well, I found it back there."
Yeah. What do you know? I had just misplaced it.
I know, right? So
And don't think
yes,
I won't walk through the entire caravan flashing that staff the whole way. Because he didn't
Right.
steal it, he didn't have it.
No, not at all.
All right, yeah, let's do it.
Alrighty.
All right, what's the plan?
So the plan is I'm going to go into the tent, try to be quiet as possible, but also invisible.
Okay.
And that's the plan. I got to go get the staff.
All right. So you just like right there, just turn invisible.
Well, I would kind of be more in a like I kind of walked away, said bye, walked away, and found a spot that I can privately turn myself invisible.
Oh, okay. And what's Ginny doing during this?
I am kind of standing in the shadows where I can't be seen. With my warhammer at the ready, because if she wakes him up, we may have to take him out.
You might have to conk him. Okay, got it. All right, so you go hide. So roll me a stealth check for your hiding. Songbird, you step off into the woods, turn invisible, and come back towards the tent.
Yep.
Correct.
So I clicked out the spell and it says it's an effect, so I just put it on myself.
Yeah, but you don't have to. That's more for combat. You're invisible, so
Okay.
it's somebody looks at you, they're not gonna see you. All right.
All right.
So Jenna, you're kind of like hanging out, hiding, doing whatever it is you're doing. Songbird, you go turn invisible and you head towards the tent. Now remember, I told you it's like a pavilion tent, but low, so it has a little bit of space, but you have to duck under it. So like in the very center of it, it's higher, where you could probably stand up a little bit crouched over. When you first go in, you have to bend. Okay, so
like most tents at fair.
and it has a flap.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna start with like pulling the corner of the flap where it's not very noticeable that the flap is moving,
Mm-hmm.
just to see if like can I see it around the corner? Is there any light or anything?
There is no light in there. It is darkness. And
Okay,
what you see is there is a center pole. There's a little desk and chair, kind of like in one little corner, and then behind it there is a pile of, it looks like pile of furs, and there's a fur hanging against the wall of the tent, and then sleeping underneath that hanging fur on the pile, you'll see the merchant. You'll see Dill. And he's just
Okay.
laying there. You can hear him breathing heavy. He's not snoring, he's just breathing heavy.
Okay. So I see all that as I keep scanning, kind of like trying to skirt into the tent without disturbing too much. Is like, am I seeing more? Do I see the staff anywhere?
You see like a foot locker, but you do not see a staff.
And the foot locker is kind of like small.
Yeah, it's a little one. Again, remember all this, it's like a miniature version of like a large pavilion tent. It's like a miniature version of it.
Mm-hmm. So, just kind of skirting around, not getting too close to the furs, but close enough that I can distinct as like, I know there was a decent sized staff. Like,
Mhm.
would it be like tucked under the furs or something? Kind of like he's
You
hiding it. My precious.
you you're looking under the furs, or you're trying to deduce if it's under the furs.
I'm trying to deduce if it's under the furs.
The pile of furs would be wide enough for the staff to lay in there.
Okay. And I'm not seeing any like odd indications.
The furs, they're kind of stiff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not sticking out, if that's what you mean.
Yeah. Kind of like sticking out, or if it just becomes like a little, it's not smooth, it's got like a little bump.
Well, they're
Indicate there's
stacked on
something
top
there.
of they're stacked on top of each other. So
Okay.
even if there was something in there, it would eventually just disappear.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, he's laying on top of it too.
Yeah, of course. So looking around the tent, it doesn't seem like there's any other place that the staff could be, but maybe where the furs are at, if it hasn't been removed from here.
All right. So roll me a perception check. Also, I need you to roll me a stealth check. Because even though
Which
you're
one do you want
invisible,
first?
you can still make noise. You can roll both.
Yeah.
One, it doesn't matter.
There's one, and there's two.
Okay. So you're like looking around the room, and again, everything's kind of low except for like the middle. Like the middle of the tent is propped up by a stick. So
Mm-hmm.
at that point, it's like just about head height, but like it's very center of it. And there's like little decorations on it, but the rest of the room, you know, if you look around the rest of the room, everything is just short and low. It could be in the only other place you could think of would be like in the pile with him.
Fabulous. Oh. I've got jack of all trades, so sleight of hand is kind of something, but I'm like, ugh. At what time is this about?
Probably almost midnight.
Okay, we still got time. All right. Songbbird's going to make her way back out of the tent, just like she did, trying not to disturb the flap. And look for Jinya.
Your passive is high enough to see her. She's standing over in the shadows out of the way.
Okay, so Songbbird's gonna go over there, still invisible, and kind of indicate Jinya to indicate I'm over here and everything, just not being too loud about it. And I can't find it in the tent unless it's in the furs with him.
So what if we roll him up in the furs and look underneath? I mean, yeah, he's gonna wake up, but he will be rolled up in furs.
That would mean you would have to come with me.
Mm-hmm. Well, I mean, at this point, gonna have to do. I mean, it's either that or we just let him get away with it.
Are you sure we don't want to look around?
I mean,
You
we can
sure
go
you don't want
check
me to look
the.
around?
We can check the cart and stuff first.
Yeah.
Since
Let me do that real quick.
okay,
Since I'm still invisible. Let me check that real quick. Make a quick sweep, make sure it's not like there, and then we can go back to him. Because considering the fact you did, most likely you told me the whole story about what was going on, right?
mm-hmm.
Okay. So then, yeah, since you had already mentioned the tent earlier today, it could be that he moved it.
Say that's my thought too.
Or they're in the first, one of the two. So, I want to go check the cart and everything like that really fast.
Okay.
So roll me a perception check for your
Okey-dokey.
searchings. Are you helping her, Jenny, or are you staying watch over the tent?
I'm keeping watch over the tent because she's invisible and I'm not.
So you go through, look at stuff for the cart. Most of it is like strapped down packaged goods. You know, he is a trader as well, so he has his stuff strapped down. But one of the things you find is like he has extra camping supplies, right? So he has more canvases, some bedrolls, and they're kind of tucked in the corner of this cart. Now remember, the cart has like openings. It's a wooden back. It's not a high one that you can ride it. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
when you're looking, you see that there's some more tent poles. They're about 6 feet tall.
About the length of a staff.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go check out the tentacles.
The ones in the wagon?
The ones in the wagon.
Yeah, they're just sticks.
So no staff among the sticks.
No staff among the sticks.
Okay. Nothing rolled up inside the tent fabrics, the extra camping tent fabric thingies.
Unless you're going to start like taking stuff out of the wagon, which would make a lot of noise. No.
No, I'm not gonna take stuff out of the wagon. I'm just kind of like.
You don't see her staff. You don't find her staff.
Okay. She'll go over to Junior. Junior,
Yes.
I didn't see anything in the cart. There's a whole bunch of poles in there, but none of them are the staff.
Whole bunch of like what kind of
Like tent poles, like an extra tent.
so is he using my staff as a tent pole in his tent, maybe?
Oh, I hope you wouldn't do that. Well, let me go find out. I was really hoping he wasn't doing that. I was trying to avoid this. It's like, oh, this is gonna fall on him. Great. I'm gonna sneak under the flap, go and check the pole because you did say that everything was kind of short except for the middle, right?
Yep. Stealth check.
And he had a
Uh,
fur like hanging off of a pole that was over him.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
This is gonna be great. Stealth check. Um,
All right. So you open up the tent and you kind of like sneak in, and as you sneak in, you clip the foot locker. So you make a thunk sound off of it. And you hear a voice go, I knew you would come.
I'm just frozen and everything because I'm invisible, so
So
I'm not moving.
you hear, I knew you would come. I've waited all day for this. And then he makes some moaning noises and kind of like rolls over. Stop laughing, you're making me laugh.
Oh my god! I hope it doesn't. Okay. Waiting a second to see if I hear the deep breathing, and
Eventually, kind of
God, I don't hear
like
anymore.
you hear like muffled giggling, and eventually it'll be quiet, and you'll hear him fade back into slumber.
Okay. All right. So Songbird's going to creep over and first check the tent pole, the center.
So the center temple, remember I said it had like wrappings and decorations on it? So
Mhm.
you kind of like pull those to the side. Sure enough, Ginya's staff is underneath them.
Oh, this is going to be fun. Is the pole okay? And this is being in too many damn Renfair tents. Are there any connections to the top? Like,
Nope.
did he wrap around, or is it just holding up fabric?
Just holding up the fabric.
How far away is it from the flap?
About 4 feet.
I can make that. So, kind of like squatting and preparing for like a bolt and everything. Songbirds going to make sure like there's nothing that's going to grip on to the staff.
Mm-hmm.
So like the decorations are kind of taken off of it and everything like that. It's just cleared off. Nothing's attached to it. And she's going to reach over, yank and bolt for the for the thing.
Roll me a dex check.
Oh boy. This should be fun. Where's my dex? Hello. Dex. Dex is this one. Yeet. I hope I grabbed the right one. Yep, that is.
Oof. All right. So you go to pull out the thing. As soon as you yank it out of there, the whole tent collapses.
Mm-hmm.
And you misjudge because the tent opening will also collapse. So you kind of get tangled into the flap.
Well, that's why I was kind of the squatting thing, because I knew it was going to come down.
I know, but you misjudged. That's why.
Mm.
That's what the dex check was for.
Well, I'm still technically invisible, so
Yeah, you're still invisible. So, Ginia, this is what you see. All of a sudden, the tent comes down, right?
Mhm.
And then a moment later, you see like the front of the tent kind of moving around,
Mhm.
but you hear screaming, "Help! Help! Help!" Roz, you out on patrol? You out on patrols? You would hear some of this. Vero, Elios, I don't know if you would hear it, but some of the Roz boys are hearing it.
and they can't see at night. Ha!
Well, yeah, no, they walk around with torches, so.
No, well.
So help! I'm dying.
Ginny's gonna run over and she sees where Songbird is like, under the tent, So she's gonna pull out her dagger that she always has with her and cut the tent open and let Songbird out with the staff
Okay.
and tell her to run. And then I'm gonna cut the guy out because
Okay.
everybody, I mean, people had to have seen us taking his driver back to the tent. Of course I would have been by there
Okay.
when the tent
So-
collapsed. So
I'm going to ask you to just roll me, let's say, an attack. And this is because you're trying to cut the canvas and not cut invisible Songbird.
I mean, she wouldn't be invisible because she'd have the canvas over her.
Right, but she's still like, yeah, you kind of go by her body shape. So you know what? I'll let you roll it with advantage.
Okay. And how do I do just an attack?
Do you have the dagger on your character sheet?
Yeah, I do. Sorry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but will it? Oh, that's not a stealth check. Never mind. Go ahead.
She's proficient and everything. You just got to add advantage.
Okay, so I've got advantage. I want to make sure that, yeah, we're doing melee.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so your plus is enough because you rolled a 3 and a 6. But
Mhm.
anyway, it's still enough. So you're cutting into there. It's a little bit of struggle because Songbird he's pulling on the tent. She's like trying to pull it back. So there's a little bit of like close calls, but you don't manage to cut into Songbird. And you're like, go. And Songbird, you hear feet running away. At the same time, you could see torches coming towards you. Also, you keep cutting into the tent and you see like some of the guards coming over and like, what's the meaning of this? Roz, are you doing anything?
Nope, he's watching the. He's probably 2/3 of the way done with his check, and he's probably south of where all this is happening. But he can see the torches, so he knows that the guard are on it.
Okay.
Yep.
So there's still some screaming. You see all this, and Jenny, you start cutting into the tent and like start cutting him free as well, right?
Yes.
Need you to roll another attack with that dagger.
Do I get advantage on this one?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay.
Yeah,
just
he's
making
not
sure.
trying.
I'm not trying to kill him. I'm trying to set him free.
Right, I know. There might be a slip though. Oh, okay. You're fine. Like
Nope.
you start cutting him free. Problem is, I mean, he's visible. So like once he starts pulling himself out and he's like sees you, he's like, you're here to murder me. About this time the guards come up and they're like, what's going on here? What's the meaning of all this? This woman, arrest her. She's here to stab me. Look what she's done.
Why would I? If I wanted to stab you, I would have stabbed you. I was delivering your driver back to your campsite because he got sloppy drunk at the tavern and your tent collapsed and you started screaming. So I came over to cut you loose from the canvas.
Oh. And then he immediately like looks around, like down at the canvas. The guards are like, "Is this true?" He's like, "No, this woman and me had an altercation earlier today. I'm telling you, she's here for revenge, unfounded revenge." They're like, "Do you have anybody to support this story, ma'am?"
Well, I just brought his driver back to the tent. Between the time he started screaming and the time you guys got here, if I wanted revenge, I could have gotten it.
Where's the driver? He's still laying in his bivouac.
Yeah, I'm going to point and he's passed out.
They're gonna
Question:
go. What's your question? Go ahead.
How far is Junia's tent from this guy?
Not far. Like, I think it was 3 wagons apart.
Like, so I could sprint over, drop off the staff, and sprint kind of sprint partway back to drop the invisibility.
Yeah, you good.
Okay.
So that'll take you a moment though. So there's some interrogation going on. So you can sprint over there, toss the staff into the tent, and like start hurrying back. Uninvised, I'm assuming. Because it wouldn't do well if you just showed up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm going to be heading back like, what is going on? Because I did help her take the driver back.
That's fine. Just give it a minute. So one of the guards is like, wake him up, and they're gonna basically kick the driver and be like, hey, wake up, buddy. And they're gonna try to get him to wake up. One of them is like gonna move over to you and it's like, ma'am, and like ask for the dagger.
I mean, I'm gonna hand it over. I'm not trying to start a fight.
Right. So yeah, so they take that. He will like basically get himself out of the tent, and you could see he's looking around in a panic. He's like, I think I've been robbed. They're like, excuse me? Yes. Wait. And then he's like looking around real quick. Like, because he's trying to make, he just woke up and he's trying to make sense of all this.
Mm-hmm.
About this time, Bade will actually show up. And it's like, and a songbird will come around the corner. It's like, what's going on?
What is going on? Why is he yelling? What is going on?
Quick save before we fight the merchant guards in the truck. So Bade will come over and he says, you left to take that idiot back? What happened? I just heard screaming and I came over and then I saw Ginia like fighting a tent. Why are you fighting a tent, Ginia?
Nanya? He thinks my name is
sorry.
Nanya.
Yeah.
That's right. Sorry.
Remember,
Yes.
Nunya win.
Yes. It's like, why are you fighting a tent? What's going on here? Did this man assault you? The guards are like, now calm down, sir. We're handling this. He's like, well, I need my waitress back. I have to clean up. Like, look, the guy's there. I don't understand. What happened?
Bade, his tent collapsed. And so I was cutting him loose because he was screaming like a little girl.
Oh, I did hear the screaming like a little girl. One of the guards is like, yeah, I heard it too. And the other one like elbows him real quick. The merchant seems like he's insulted. The guy on the ground finally wakes up. He's like, what? I'm sleeping. Oh, my head. Why is this all going on? It's like, sir, do you know this woman? He was like, yes. No. Why? Did I do something wrong? Songbird, you're there as well. And they're like,
Yeah,
well,
I'm like, I'm here like,
go ahead. Oh, you're
I'm
just
here
standing
like,
there
what is
like,
okay. Like, I was here with her. I just left to go back after dropping off him. What is going on?
well, yes, sir. They look at the merchant. What is going on here? He's like, well, I don't know. It's like his driver's like, can I go back to sleep? And they're like, do you know these two women? He's like, well, she's the waitress and she's one of the people in the caravan guards with the mutes. And it's like, yes. Did they help you come home? He says they might have, or that could have just been a really good dream. I'm not sure. I'm drunk. It's like,
Well, Bade saw us leave with him.
right. So they're kind of like looking at him. They look back at you. Bade's like, they didn't have time. It's like, can I claim my people here? Come along, ladies. Guards, deal with this whining. It must have been a nightmare. And they're like, okay, we're gonna let this go. It's like, what about my tent? What about my? What? Oh,
Yes.
never. I know what you did. I don't know how you did it, but I know what you did.
I don't know what you're talking
I'll
about.
be watching you.
So I'm just gonna lean over to Jinya. It's like, you better be careful on how he means that.
I mean, he can watch me all he wants. He technically never. He said. He said he never stole it. Therefore, we didn't steal it back.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And he's come close to saying it a couple of times, but he's caught himself.
Mm-hmm.
So, he's basically acknowledging, okay, you win this one, but he'll watch you like walk away with Bade. Bade's like, one day you two are gonna tell me what the hell that was all about. But right now, you need to go back to work.
Yes,
my lady.
sir.
I hope everything. May I escort you back to your tent?
Actually, since I stole Songbird for for a little while, I'm gonna go help her clean
Yeah,
up
win.
because otherwise it's gonna be a really late night.
So
Ooh, I do appreciate
he
it.
he's like, oh, that's most kind of you. But you can see he's disappointed, and he gives Songbird like a.
I'm gonna lean over and it's like, you get to see her for a longer period of time and chat with her.
You could also help.
Yes, that's a wonderful idea. But
Mm-hmm.
and you guys will go back to the tavern and help clean up. Nobody's
Mhm.
there at this point, so most everyone has gone to bed. Roz, you will come back to camp. One of the Roz boys will report to you that some guy had a nightmare and just his tent attacked him. It was
Is
a
it
tent
Daniel?
attack. Yeah, it's Daniel.
It was an unprovoked tent attack.
Yeah, it was an unprovoked tent attack. We don't understand what happened or why it turned on him, but it did.
Roz is kind of gonna grab him by the shoulder and kind of lead him out into away from the fires. Daniel, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing, sir?
Oh, it is no problems here. I just know that Karen has had you on. It seems like more watches than that you deserve. Roz just wanted to let you know that you are doing a fantastic job, even though you never hear it from her. Oh,
Oh,
she demands this more and more.
so he will take the compliment like you just handed him like 10 grand. His eyes get all like glittery and wet, and he's just like, that means so much to me, sir. Thank you.
Well, just don't let the pressure of that one to get under your skins. Okay, you do fantastic work. You lead your men very well, and I Roz believes you have their respect. So keep up the good work, and thank you for all you do.
He's gonna get a little pride, look to him like stiff lip, and he's gonna give you like a salute. Says, "Thank you, sir. I'll
Yes,
make you proud." And
you already have. Thank you for doing what you do. And with that, he's gonna carry on. And well, he's coming from the south now, so he will go
yeah,
back to his wagon after he kind of looks at all the commotion that just happened of the tent, the flat tent, and the other guy standing there looking at it. So, but he'll go on to his caravan.
okay. Why are you shushing me? Why are you shushing me?
Not you.
Oh, who are you shushing?
Really?
Oh, that was the angle seemed off. I didn't get it. Okay. Anyway, all right. So Raj, you go back to your tent. Vero, Elios, you two are sitting in your tent. You see Songbird kind of run in. Well, actually, you don't see Songbird. You see the tent flap fly open. All of a sudden, a staff appears in the air and like hits the ground next to you, and then Songbird appears and runs out.
I was worried that the flying staff had just like clonked Elios on the side of the head.
No, it just kind of rolled on the floor. It's like she didn't throw it at him. I don't think she did.
I'll just look at Elias and be like, "It's been here the whole time."
Things are happening and I don't understand.
Oh, this is the staff that she apparently lost. Or if we saw Songbird, then I'd be like, I guess Songbird took it as a joke.
How that became the thing? Okay. Anyway,
I only person I saw it in the possession other than Jinya's was Songbird, so it
That's
only makes
fair,
sense.
but
I do feel
damn.
like that would be the conclusion he would come to.
and you
Yep.
know what? I'm starting to think that too. All right. So the rest of the night will be these two going, interesting. Drinking tea. Roz, you go back to basically finally get some sleep. Songbird and Jinia, you will finish cleaning up, hanging out with Bade. Bade will actually like sing a song, trying like it was a good night. all things considered. So he's happy. It was a profitable night, and he will sing a song. The next day, the rumors will be going around how so and so was his tent attacked them, and the story will actually become like, was it a mimic? Like, no, I think we had a nightmare, and luckily, Nunya and Win were there to save him. That's going to be basically what like circulates around, and they're like, wait, was it really a mimic? I think so. Like, literally, everybody thinks his tent was a mimic that attacked him.
And I will do nothing to dissuade them of that thought. Anytime anybody brings it up in my presence, I'll just kind of give them a little bit of side eye and go, "I must have been. I don't know."
He definitely though is, you know, he every time he sees you, Jenny, he's going to scowl at you because you have bested him and he can't say anything about it.
Yep.
Other than that, the only thing is, Roz, again, like I said before, you do see the copper-haired girl every now and then lingering around Ginny's tent.
Okay.
Or Vero's tent. When they're traveling, she's kind of constantly looking back to see what Vero is up to. Vero, are you still wearing the getup?
Yes, I feel like I'm being punished and told to wear it if I try to walk outside without it.
Well, you got to do your regular job, which is, walking next to the wagons or riding on the wagons. So,
I mean, I guess I would. I mean, riding on the wagon with it isn't a huge thing. Walking would be a nuisance.
every now and then he trips. It's like, I hate this. All right. But yeah, for the most part, that's like you over the next few days, all of you will notice that she is eyeing Vero. Even when he's wearing the thing, she figured out which one he is. She's eyeing him, watching him, and in turn, watching any of you that interact with. So Elios, you've caught her attention as well. Ginia, obviously, the two brothers, and her look has gone from like shock and horror to more like conniving. Over the course of a few days. And I think that is where we're going to leave it tonight.
Oakley dokley.
It's a little bit earlier. All right. So you guys, like tonight, it was kind of vague, but you guys covered about 10 days tonight.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So you are a week. Hold on, let me look at the calendar. Yeah,
And
you'd be on.
Sorry, go ahead. Go ahead.
You're like on day 12. So the second day of flame roll. Or the 12th day of flame roll. Second day of the week is what I meant to say.
Okay.
Okay.
And Ginia will have commissioned like a holster for her back for the quarterstaff, so that it's always on her if she's up and around.
Okay. Yeah, you can make like one of those like almost like a sword sheath, but for the
Yep.
staff.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do something like that. Yeah, and then when we pick up again, you're a few days out from Long Saddle, which is like the next major stop along the way. You will stop at the way in, which if anybody played the original Baldur's Gate. Wait, am I thinking of the right name? Anyway, you'll be stopping at the way in. It's an inn along the way. It's basically a stone in fortification with an inn inside of it. So it might be the first time you get to stay indoors. As you get further north, more little hamlets and cities will be cropping up along the way. So you'll be traveling in farmland, not as dangerous, but you still have a couple of days before you get to that spot. And then from there, you figure maybe a half a week to get to Long Saddle. So you guys are only about a week and a half away from Waterdeep, which is like your destination. The wagons have not like suddenly disappeared. They haven't like shown any other than their grouping. They haven't given any indication that they're going to leave, but I know the suspicion is there. But you have noticed they have started interacting with each other a little bit more. Like when they first started out, they stayed separate. They didn't talk to each other. Now they talk to each other a little bit. And by watching, you have figured out which one is probably the leader of all three wagons. Very large human with a full red beard. Again, they wear like a lot of cloaks and coverings as well. They kind of look like Helios, except they're humans or humanoids. But yes, this is a big fellow, fairly burly, big red beard, wearing a fur cap.
So they're being led by Paul Bunyan.
Yes.
Okay.
Close enough. I was actually thinking the leader of the people beyond the wall in
Yeah.
in Game of Thrones. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, I know who you're thinking of, but I can't think of his name either.
Yeah, but him. I was thinking of him when I was describing him. So, all right. That being said, like I said, when we return, you guys have maybe 2 weeks left of this trip, and we'll see what happens from there.
All right.
And then we get to Waterdeep, which is going to be so much fun because I know Waterdeep. So many things happen in Waterdeep.
Are we
Mm,
going to visit the ship's prow?
No, absolutely not. There'll be no visiting. All right, I'm gonna find somebody to raid. Would you guys like to, since 3 of you are full-time streamers now, would you like to give your outros? We could start with Ginia and then Roz and then Swanberg. We'll just go from left to right. So go ahead, Ginia. While I look for somebody to raid, tell all these people how to find you, follow you, and do all the things. Also,
All
their
right.
names are in the bottom, so you can just kind of click it and follow.
Yeah, I'm Foxy Project. I'm a variety streamer here on Twitch. I stream mostly survival crafting games. I just started the new 7 Days to Die yesterday. I'm loving it. So that's what I'll be doing. And I start streaming at 7 p.m. Central Time, usually every day, but Sunday, Monday. And that's me.
I'm Loco1956. I'm fairly new at streaming, probably under a month now, but I stream War Thunder on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. It is a combat simulation tank/air superiority game, and my times are 3 p.m. Eastern to 6 p.m. Eastern, and you can do the math on the other time zones. Come visit me and make fun of me.
Oh, no one makes fun of you.
Nobody makes fun of
Please.
you.
I make fun of myself. So.
Nope.
We should make fun of him.
Yeah.
It's more fun if he makes fun of himself.
If he does it himself,
Careful.
that's fine. No, you will not.
All right.
Anyway,
So,
hi.
oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Hi, I'm Lady Magdalene, mainly known as Lady M, a variety streamer here. I try to do my afternoon streams. Work has been getting in the way, but I usually do those around 11 a.m. Central Time for kind of a lunchtime leisure gaming. And then the evenings, Tuesdays and Thursdays, now it's going to be every Thursday, I will be here with Havoc_RPG, Local 1956, and Rhinosaurus X doing, let's see, we have Tyranny of Dragons on Tuesdays. On Thursdays, we have Dragonlance and Vecna, alternating on that. And then on my Saturday evenings, 10 p.m. Central Time, I am over on Insomnia Night RPGs doing Call of Cthulhu Shadows on the Orient Express. 1920s horror with Call of Cthulhu. And we've been a little delayed with some things happening with life, but as soon as we pop in, it will be a big boss fight. So maybe this Saturday I'll actually lose my sanity.
Die.
I know
All
chat
right.
saved me last time. So
Yes, they need to stop doing that. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Well, welcome in, Raiders. I'm pretty sure most of you were either here before, but if you're not, hey, welcome in. I hope you enjoyed the show. We're going to go over our raid Gandalf 421. Their D&D